Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. Talk to Neil. Call 567-0560 toll free for Dade and Broward or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I can't think of anything to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Leftovers number 5. On Thanksgiving Day, everybody ate the food that was on their plate. We had turkey with all the fixings. Grandma said, eat up, 'cause there's lots more in the kitchen. I had to stop 'cause I was so stuffed. 5 platefuls was quite enough. I had white meat, dark meat, turnips and stuffing. Unbuttoned my pants 'cause my belly was busting. When it was time for me to get out of there, Grandma gave me lots of Tupperware full of gravy, potatoes. I'll be eating all of this until Christmas. A little bit of stuffing to take home, a pound of mashed potatoes and a turkey bone, a little bit of ham all wrapped in foil. Better eat it up before it spoils. Some cranberry sauce and a slice of cheese. Put some in the fridge and the rest you freeze. A little bit of yam and mincemeat pie. Been eating turkey sandwiches till I die. Leftovers number 5. What will I do? Make 100 gallons of turkey soup. My fridge is so full that the door won't shut. Got turkey coming out of my butt. Leftovers number 5.
Can't think of anything to say.
10:02 at 560 WQAM. I have a feeling, I don't want to start getting nervous here, but I have a feeling in the bowels of my stomach that we could have another technical disaster here today. I could be wrong about that. Greg Reed's running around in the hallway going like that. Because they finally, it looked like they actually did something out here, the contractors. They must have paid him $50 this week, and they actually did something out there in the goddamn hallway. And he's running around back and forth. How come he's not running around in here? They're getting these goofballs to get this stuff fixed. God damn it. We got important Barry Jackass stuff to do here today for about 3 or 4 hours, and we got to make sure everybody hears it. You know what I'm talking about? You get the message, God damn it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I mean, this is not rocket science, okay? We've been in here for 8 months. The overheads, other than maybe 1 or 2 days, that wasn't a problem. The freaking phone has always been a problem, which we understand that it's going to take another 5-10 years to get that straightened out. So the good news is Barry Jackass has gone off the deep end. Nice going, Joe. Joe Rose and the worst team. I take back anything I've ever said negatory about that show. The greatest show in the history of sports radio right there. The worst team, the best team. That's right. They redeemed themselves this morning. They put this little putt-whacking putz over the edge. Joe handed me the phone there in the studio there about 10 minutes ago, the 85th time that Barry called. And I put it to my ear just to even say, goodbye, and slamming the phone down. Barry, I think you've lost it, baby. Yeah. Maniac. Schmuck. And you want to know why he's lost it? Because he's been outed again for the 8 millionth time. How's Don Smiley doing with those Marlins, by the way, with his Marlin baseball team? Don't feel good, huh? Not? How's that Waffen doing there? That didn't show not one diary, that wasn't mentioned in the Summer Arbitron book, wasn't mentioned, doesn't exist. That the broadcast notes from Barry Jackass in the Herald today goes on and on and on about 1,700 The Fan, new lineup, they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're doing a lot of this because their salespeople are all walking out and they keep juggling the lineup every 5 minutes because they can't pay anybody, et cetera. And so Barry's got all of that in there. And at the very end of his broadcast notes, with WQAM carrying Panthers Sabres on Saturday night, the University of Miami Virginia Tech game shifts to Waxy 790, which is like kind of a shot because, they're putting that big UM game on Waxy because they got the damn Panther hockey game. Barry, you are perfect for this town, you and the newspaper for which you write. Front story after front story. Then, of course, the best part of it was because it's such a Bush League town, Alan Snell at the Sun-Sentinel was matching him story for story, and they were putting that crap on the front page too. So that each newspaper, both of our two major newspapers, could match each other
Crap.
That's right. Mistake for mistake. Perfect for this town. Barry Jackass and the Herald. Bill Torrey says, there's nothing new with the sale of the team. We told you when they first moved into the goddamn Mac Arena before last season started, Wayne had indicated he wanted to sell the team before they ever moved in there. That wasn't a news story. Hank mentioned that yesterday. We've been talking about this for ages. He was getting ready to unload if a buyer came along. But it's not like there's some kind of a fire sale going on now, is it? No, it's not. There's no news there. There's no news. There is no story. And Barry Jackass, again, I read the thing yesterday. I said, but it's written by Barry Jackass, so you have to kind of like raise three eyebrows. That's exactly what I said. And wonder, could it possibly be another goddamn Barry Jackass mistake? Yes. It doesn't make any difference what the price is. There are no buyers, Barry. There is no activity going on. There are no discussions. There is no transaction. There is nothing taking place. And once again, on the front page of a supposedly major market newspaper, and when they do something good, like the story, the 85-part story on Miami International Airport, we're all, more than happy to give them credit where credit is due. I mean, it's the old story. If you throw enough crap up in the air, some of it will come back in at the ground. So when you got 75,000 pages every day, 74,800 of which are advertising, just like us, sooner or later they're going to put something in there that turns out to be pretty good. Like the investigative thing, even though it's 20 years too late, on MIA. And like turning on Mayor Pinga. That's very good, too, because they stuck their little thing out the window, and they saw which way the wind was blowing. They said, everybody hates him. He's an asshole. There you go. Nice going. That took a lot of balls. But at least we commend you for that. Better late than never. But Barry Jackass, who, and by the way, he's not even a sports columnist. The sports columnists in this town are the people who write a column like that appears on the first couple of pages, not somebody that writes some throwaway crap pretending to know about the NBA way the hell in the back there, or writes so-called broadcast notes, which always appears like back on the inside back page, like today. Eddie Pope, as bad as he is, and Dave Hyde, and Dave Joseph, and what's his name, Michael Holdemayo. Those are the sports columnists in here. And this little pudwhacker, this little putz who walked up to me in the airport in Toronto a year and a half ago. I'm sitting there minding my own business, waiting for the plane. Walks up to me, waddles, didn't walk, he waddled up to me. Said, "Hi, Neil, you know who I am?" I said, "Not really." "Oh, I'm Barry Jackson. And a lot of what you say about me is true." And I said, "Hey, Barry," I'm holding the newspaper. I said, "Here's the Toronto Sun. Have you ever read this paper?" "No, I never saw it." I said, "Well, here you go. I'm finished with it. Read a real newspaper with a real sports section. Find out what a real sports section's all about." And he took the paper and waddled away. He waddled away. You're an imbecile. You're a blathering jackass. That's why you got the name that fits, Barry. Barry Jackass. I might do the whole 4 hours on you and your goddamn newspaper today. I'm so whipped up. And by the way, he isn't allowed to call this radio station on the air, so he's calling them off the air 60,000 times, and Joe Rose is in there calling him every goddamn name in a book, all of them accurate, by the way, and he's calling back. Wayne Huizinga says, "I'm the best suckhole that he ever met," and John Henry says, "I'm the biggest suckhole and the best suckhole." Yeah, suck this, Barry. No, and for second thought, I'll pass. I'd have to wear a body condom before I ever even spoke to you again, Barry. Yeah, that's right. I'm afraid that I would catch Barry Jackass disease. That I would all of a sudden start running around all over town going, like that. Which is your specialty, Barry. You're a moron. You're a jackass. You're a big part. You and your newspaper are a big part of what's wrong with this town. Bush League would be a compliment for you, okay, sweetheart? Bush League, you're not even in the category to be Bush League. And you're so transparent, it's like looking through a pane of glass. Oh, yeah, here's a chance. We hate QAM. We hate the morning guys. We hate Hank. We especially hate that fag in the middle of the day. We hate him like poison, and the Herald's hated him for 20 years. So now here's a chance for us to pump up this phantom radio station on there with a bunch of silly people that nobody ever heard of sitting around talking to each other doing amateur sit-down comedy. Let me say it again, Barry. They didn't even show in the summer rating book. They didn't have one diary. They aren't listed. According to the Archdiocese ratings, the station that you're writing about every day doesn't exist. They don't exist. You got it, Barry?
Yeah.
I knew you would. 10 past 10 at 560 WQAM.
Hurricane fucking blow.
You think like nearly someone. last night? You watched last night? Think of your name, guys. Something don't feel right.
Screw Roy! You be the bitch I bang tonight.
All right.
I smack your head and bruise up your body the way you like. Screw ass. You get my mojo long and strong. Give charity money to OJ and don't care if it's wrong. You blonde and you white. You just be my type. The kind of bitch we like. You know how to do it right.
All right.
You got a date with OJ tonight. Yes. No.
10:16 at 560 WQAM. By the way, can we do a phone check here so we can see if the phones are going to sound okay there? Because I'm telling you right now, if we have another phone disaster today like we had yesterday and the day before and the last 8 months, I could just lose it right here. Let me just see line 7. See, that sounds okay. It sounds clean. So if somebody can call just to help us check out the phone line, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Just a little line check, okay, before I get into this fax that the first team got this morning. And proof is in the pudding, by the way, speaking of very jackass. I mean, I'm listening to them this morning, never popped the CD in there, never popped the zit, never did anything. Because I was so fascinated, I'm thinking, hey, these guys are taking the gloves off now. They're really actually saying something. I'm giving them high fives right there in the car. Are we on the air, by the way? Where's my line check? Where's the call here so I can put the goddamn thing on the air, you bozos? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I think they shut the transmitter off. Maybe that's why Greg Reed was running around up and down in the hallway. Look at that. We can't even get a test call here this morning. And then the callers are all calling in while I'm enjoying this, and it also happened in the last 20 minutes there while Barry was calling and Joe was running back and forth and we were all peeing in our pants. And what are the callers talking about? Oh, Danny and Damien and Damien. Get out of here, man, those people. Look at this. What's going on here?
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Well, what is that? The lines aren't ringing now.
The thing rang like 10 times on my end.
Oh, my God. Here we go again. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. What lucky number was I?
You were lucky number 1.
Lucky number 1 line?
But the problem is that the lines aren't flashing. They're not ringing. They just punched you up. And now they're all flashing. The phone is just a nightmare now. It's a nut house.
Oh, boy.
Thanks, pal.
Okay.
You sound fine.
Yep.
There you go. Well, at least he sounds good, but we got a new problem. Every day it's a new problem here at Beasley Greed, at Wanna Beasley Greed. Every day. You know something? I got news for you. You want me to say goodbye? Write me a check right now, Greg, okay? Just come on in. I know you can't sign it. We'll have the Beasleys come over. We'll pick them up in a limo, and I'll have them sign a check, okay? And I'll sit and say, okay, bye-bye. I'll take my CDs, my picture of Enrique Iglesias. I'll take my blow-up dolls, all my good stuff. See you later. Bye-bye. Just write a check. I'll give you 50% off. How's that? On the last 2 years and 10 months, not that I'm counting. This is unbelievable. And I come in this morning, and the engineer is told Bluff, Bluff is wiping a couple tears from the corner of his eye, I guess because of that terrible hockey game last night, which I'm proud to say I left after the second period so I could go home and see that amazing finish of the Penguin-Montreal game. This is just unbelievable. The goddamn computer on this thing. Now they're flashing here on the phone. WQAM.
Good morning, man. Speak with Neil, please.
Speaking.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
It's your old Tip the Third, buddy.
All right.
Well, I've got a bunch of rings and I have a busy sign.
A what?
I got a busy signal, and the phone rang about 10 times. Went back to
Well,
busy.
it's ringing because it doesn't. We're all screwed up again here.
And that sounds clear now.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, pal. Thanks.
Just want to say good morning, Neil.
Okay, and tip your turd.
Tip the Third.
Right over on the floor. Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, my God. I'm sitting here again. I'm wondering what the hell's going on. I can't even get a line checker here. And then come to find out the lines are all smoldering. They're ringing off the hook, even line 9, and they're not showing up on the computer here. Again, like Fredo said, as Marlon Brando was shot there, Don Corleone, for the 8 millionth time on the sidewalk, and Fredo was rocking back and forth with his head in his hands going, again. That's how I feel here. Every day I come in here this morning, everything's supposed to be okay. The overhead speakers, the volume in here is so loud that if I barely crack the pot on here, if I barely smoke the pot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I barely crack it a little bit,
Yeah, man.
all of a sudden it's like blaring. The speaker's hopping off the wall. Oh, now we're reconfiguring, we're rebooting the whole phone thing here now. I would have thought that if the engineers really cared, if Greg Reed really cared, if the program director really cared, they would have made sure that they went all this through with a fine-tooth comb yesterday after we left here with another goddamn puke-inducing show, because the stress factor here is just too great to do a goddamn radio show. We can't even get a goddamn studio that works 2 years after the fact. There's something for you to write about, Barry, but of course you won't, because you'd have to mention my name and acknowledge that I'm on the air. Oh, there we go. What the hell did we have to do there? What was that all about?
I just had to fix something.
Oh, we just had to fix something. Even Roberts developed a great sense of humor about this half-assed horsecrap equipment. Jesus, Joseph, and Mary, when are you going to get with it, Mr. Reed, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Sports Mogul that's wandering around in the hallways making guttural sounds?
Yeah.
God, are you a wannabe? All we want, that's all. Just give us a room here that works, and then we'll be out of your hair. That's it. Unbelievable. 15 more minutes of living hell here, because now we finally had to go through a big song and a dance and refigure this piece of turd. There's some great pawn shops on 441, by the way. Why don't we just go out with the engineering department, and we'll just hop in the QAM van, and we'll get some reconditioned crap at the pawn shop. It's got to be better than the equipment we got here. I just can't believe it. Every day, this studio is developing new and exciting problems that never happened before. I think it's sabotage. That's what I think.
Neil Rogers guy.
Yeah, that's right. Sabotage. We got to bring in goddamn Shylock Holmes. Every freaking day. I mean, how difficult should it be after, like, you've been on the air for 2 years in this building? I mean, way back in the beginning when Greg Reed turned tail and got on a plane and ran off to Chicago because he knew that he was giving us a bunch of crap and that we probably wouldn't be able to get on the air without a lot of technical problems, and he was right. And he's actually walking around all. Do we see him anywhere here? Is he, like, involved in this? No, he's busy running around making sure what color of lavender they're going to paint the hallway out there outside the Power 96 studio. What color of chartreuse they're going to paint the hallways out there. Jesus, Joseph, and Saul. I don't get it. I don't get it. And yesterday, having been payday, that means there's like now another 2 weeks till today, until the next payday. So the motivation factor for me just to get up and run the hell out of here and just screaming into the hallway is very great. It's very high. But nevertheless. Was that Bluff that just opened the door and gave you a look like what is he doing besides wiping the tears from the corner of his eye? What is he doing?
He wanted to make sure everything was all right.
Oh, everything's beautiful right for the moment. Of course, I'm already warned that the speakers probably will deteriorate because our $15 Kresge amplifier is like on the way. It's on the fritz. It's on the blink. It's blinking at me, okay? Winking, blinking, and nodding off. Just when you least expect it. I'm feeling great. I'm on a roll. We're just slicing the crap. Barry Jackson is going off the deep edge. And you know something? Greg Reed ought to be kissing our ass. Hate each other like poison, him and the Herald and Barry Jackass. His good buddy. And by the way, he's the one who encouraged him because he's the only person that Greg Reed would return his phone calls was Barry Jackass. Did he return my phone calls? No. Lawyers?
No.
Anybody else?
No.
But Barry Jackass, he's got this affinity. Even gives him his home number. Even gives Barry Jackass his home number and says, Barry, don't call me at home unless it's really an emergency. I don't want to get into all this stuff at home. The first day after he gives him the number, Barry calls him to ask him what time it is or something like that at home. See, I'm glad that you're having an opportunity to be a part of this, Robert, because now you have a chance to see firsthand why I walk around going like that, why I'm such a miserable, nasty son of a bitch. I was actually not a bad guy when I first came here. Now I'm just a nasty old fart. Like Randy Moeller said to me as he was sitting out there in the lobby last night doing his make-believe show. He says, boy, I've been listening. You've been pretty crabby this week. And I said, yeah, can't imagine why, Randy. How'd you like to go and try to put a show on the air with equipment that doesn't work? And he looked at me like, yeah, maybe you got a point. And I said, by the way, poke Jigs in the ribs and wake him up, will you? Just wake him up a little bit. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hey, your phone sucks. Get a new phone, man. Bye.
Okay, thanks. There's a bulletin from one of our Julios. He said our phone sucks, get a new phone, and he happens to be right. Even the Julios out there, even the Julios that are trapping avocado juice, even they know that this phone system blows. It blows big time. It blows chunks is what it does. Here, let's punch up another line. See what I mean? It's blowing chunks all over the goddamn board here. Because this place doesn't care enough to send their very best, because it's a cheap-ass outfit. I don't care what anybody says to you. It's a cheap-ass outfit that's trying to make gold out of chicken droppings. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make matzah out of sawdust. Can you do it?
No.
Oh, by the way, Georgia's crazy, very, very much too Jewish accountant came by last night at the hockey game. David gave me my Jewish calendar for the whatever the hell year it is.
Boy!
What year is it? What does it say on there? Or you can't. It's on the front page.
5760.
5760. Yeah.
Boy!
It also brings me some sugar-free halava.
Boy!
Which, and I do want to tell you this. I want to report this. It was delicious, even better than the regular stuff. But speaking of regular, it's a good thing I went home after the second period. Because I'm going to tell you, even Beethoven never saw movements like this. I mean, oh, wow. Thank you very much, David. Oh, yeah.
Boy!
God. And, of course, I couldn't tell whether there was sorbitol in there or not, because I go to read the ingredients, it's all in Hebrew. The first word was,
Boy!
and the second word was,
Boy!
and the last word was, yeah, something like Drek. Oh, Barry Drek? That's what it was. Barry Drek. Jackass. Is that his middle name? Barry Drek Jackass? Yeah. You're just, I'm telling you, seriously, I was squeezing myself listening to the first team this morning. Never in my life have I had such sexual excitement listening to the radio as hearing them just slice and carve, and then watching a little dog running back and forth because Barry was on the phone over and over again, going, I'm good, yeah. 26 past 10 at 560 WQAM.
This station stands for nothing.
Who can take a carcass, make sure it is dead, put it in the oven after it is stuffed with bread? The turkey man, yea, the turkey man can. The turkey man can, 'cause he covers it with spice and makes the bird taste good.
Yeah.
And who can take some white meat, cut it with a knife, cover it with gravy so it doesn't seem too dry? The turkey man, oh, the turkey man can. Yeah, the turkey man can, 'cause he knows a thing or two about a butterball. Oh, the turkey man makes all the birds he bakes plump and juicy and delicious. Talk about Thanksgiving wishes, you can even eat the giblets. Yum, 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 who can take a drumstick, cook it golden brown? When you take a bite, you want to eat 11 pounds. Yes, the turkey man can, 'cause he cooks it up with love and makes the bird taste good. A turkey man, a turkey man, a turkey man, turkey man.
Okay, it's the 10:32, boys and girls. All you gun nuts out there, congratulations. Aventura Mall.
What are you doing there?
Just coming back from
Shooting at the Aventura Mall.
What are you being told right now? Is your boss telling you you will not be going to work today? I mean, what is the situation? What are they telling
I have
employees?
no idea, nothing yet. They told us that they don't know yet. We're just to stay inside. That's it.
Can you describe what
This is
you're
Channel
seeing
4.
outside
Shooting
right
at the
now?
Bodines in the Aventura Mall.
Can't see outside
No,
at
we're
all.
locked in.
Well, what was it like inside the store when these shots were reported? What was the reaction?
Nothing. We
of
just
people?
had a lot of phone calls of people calling, just worried to make sure everybody was okay, and everybody's inside the store, and we're all safe and fine.
Did you know that they were gunshots at first? Did you anticipate it was something else?
No, we didn't hear nothing. We were locked in.
You're locked in the Burdine store.
Yeah, because we hadn't even opened the store yet.
Now, are you inside the store right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the employees are being kept inside?
Yes.
Are the police looking for this suspect right now? Can you see anything?
I can't see nothing.
Okay, everybody is calm at this point
Yes.
inside the Burdine store?
Yes.
Is the store usually active this morning with a lot of employees around?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people would you say? I mean, lots of the stores, just the Burdines?
Give us a number.
I
We're
mean,
like
is the
5,
mall,
we're like
obviously,
50.
people
Come on,
cannot
just
come
cut the
in,
crap and
shop
tell us what went on in there,
morning,
honey.
But I mean, is it still pretty packed in there with all the different shops?
Yeah, they're packing it in there. Back in the tea room.
Okay,
Just give us the information, okay? Just tell us what the hell happened.
Taking their children out of it, I'm sure they feel a lot better leaving that scene. Let me ask you, the Marlins employee on the phone there, we're told that the stores don't open until 10, but does the Starbucks coffee shop open earlier?
I have no idea.
Okay, because that's where the shots were fired.
Starbucks.
And I'm
We had that call the other day about
Starbucks.
Probably that WQAM person that was spreading rumors about me loving the Beasley.
Thank you for joining us.
Come on, Elliot, get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay,
What's all
there were some
happened?
people leaving the mall. We saw a woman with her child.
Yeah, there's several children there. You can see
the
women holding some infants. They're being led away by, it appears to be a security, which is obviously a good idea. You don't want to be around that mall today.
No, probably a better idea to be bringing people in.
That are looming overhead.
Actually, it looks like a police officer who was going into that unmarked unit
and that looks like a car, and that looks like a wheel, that looks like a license plate.
Who they are.
Not too clear if those people may have been witnesses, or they are just simply leaving the mall.
Christ, this is journalism or what?
No. Back of that unit
just
there.
tell us what happened again. Just give us a recap, will you?
Like an employee going to work in the morning, and then all of a sudden you're in, you're in work mode. Then you can't go to work. You can't see anything. You don't know what's going on. All you know is that there's a gunman out there. You don't know what's going to happen today. Obviously the person on the phone must be really concerned for their safety.
I think we're going to have to move on, like the channel.
Just joining us shortly before 10 o'clock this morning, there was a shooting at the Starbucks Cafe in Aventura Mall. We are told that two people are dead. We don't know, we want to go right now to Benno Schmidt. This is live on the phone. We want to bring you the very latest when we get it. Good morning, Benno.
Well, good morning. Just about 5 minutes ago, Sheriff's deputies here confirmed that there are two dead bodies on the second floor here in the new part of this mall. Police are dealing with this scene. They have been moving us back steadily from that entrance you see there in the last hour. But according to a sheriff's deputy, there are two victims on the second floor. I'm joined now by an employee of the mall. Sir, if you can just tell us what you heard, describe the scene as best you can for us.
I just heard, like I said earlier, we were in the store getting ready to open up, and we just heard 6 gunshot wounds, me and my coworker, and it was very, very loud gunshot wounds, and we heard a scream. That was pretty much it.
Describe for me, if you can, the scene for you and some of your coworkers in the mall. For example, was the mall open? Were you preparing to open?
We were preparing to open, just getting ready to open the store, and basically we were just really at that point just very nervous and very just fear for ourselves or for our safety.
And again, if you can describe for me again the scene, how many people were in the mall, how many people were around you?
Actually, it was just me and my coworker. There weren't that many people, just a few other people maybe coming in, getting ready for work. And it was just a normal day for the most part. It was supposed to be a normal day.
And tell me what happened afterwards. After you heard the shooting, you said you and others went down. What happened next with police?
Actually, nothing else happened. It was pretty quiet, and they asked us all to evacuate the building, to leave the area. We were all out by that point anyway, but they all just wanted us to get as far away from the building.
Okay, so that's Channel 6. We heard from Channel 4, which was doing a much worse job, by the way. Nice going there, Channel 6. You better do a good job. We'll rip Joe on the air in spite of what he did this morning, the very jackass. 2 people shot. They're dead. Loud shots. Starbucks in the Aventura Mall. So all I can say is...
Join the NRA to start guns today. Have yourself some down-home Christian fun.
All right.
Blow your friends away. We'll back you all the way. Defending your right to own a gun. You think of all the benefits you're getting. Life will be sweeter when you pack your heater and carry a license to be deadly. Join today. It's the American way. Be a member of the NRA.
Aim for the knee, aim for the chest, always aim for the head in case they're wearing a vest. Sharpen your skin, kill more fun. We'll be there to defend your right to hold a gun.
Come on and join today, and you'll be proud to say you're a member of the NRA.
All right, here we go, right up the street there, the Aventura Mall, Starbucks, 2 people shot dead, gunfire. It's the American effing way, baby. All you gun huggers out there, this is a country, like I've been telling you for years, and getting a lot of crap for saying it, but it happens to be true. This is a barbaric freaking place where crazy people run around with guns blowing each other away. In church, in school, at the shopping mall, wherever. No place is safe in America. Because the gun huggers, the gun squeezers, the gun lovers are keeping us like the wild, wild west. It's a never-ending shootout. As opposed to like civilized countries where you never even think a second time that this could happen because it doesn't happen. Oh, my God, there can't be such a place, can there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them. Maybe we'll hear from that lady who called me last week who said, well, I don't have time to care about these things. I just don't have time to care. Well, guess what? Here's two people that, they don't have time to care anymore either. How do you like that? Oh, my God. You don't think it was that coffee that got somebody pissed off, do you? At Starbucks? Or maybe it was that ice cream. Have you ever had that Starbucks ice cream? Oh, God. Wow. No, seriously. I mean, it don't taste bad, but it'll make you like crazy. Anyway, 21 before 11 at 560 WQAM, so we got another late-breaking story right here. We're on top of it like a blanket, baby. We got Channel 4. We got Channel 6. We got Channel 7. We got Channel 21. Channel 125. Channel 51. Channel No Spaghetti Lays 23.
No portion of this broadcast may be reproduced without the express written permission
No.
of WQAM Easily Read Acquisition Corp.
That's the American fucking way.
The following is a paid public service announcement from the International Rifle Association.
Let's face it, most of us will never be rich. Hell, we probably won't even be successful, and that's pretty damn depressing. But, as usual, with every problem, there is a solution. Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm here to tell you a little something about handguns. They scare the shit out of people and intimidate them into giving you whatever you want. That's right, handguns. Think about it. Need some cash? Rob a bank. Don't have enough money for beer? Pull up a convenience store. Take some chips and pretzels while you're at it. It's all free if you've got a handgun. Some son of a bitch cheating on your girlfriend? Kill him. It's a simple solution to life's complex problems. All you have to do is wait the 5 days for it, and happiness is just around the corner. Hell, if you don't want to wait the 5 days, who cares? Buy the damn thing off the street. Just buy a lot of handguns. It's a great alternative to working problems out if being considered a population control. Yes, handguns. They just might make you famous.
So let me say it again. The suspect is on the loose. He's armed and dangerous. Just keep that in mind. So just crawl under your car until we tell you it's safe to come out. Who do you think it might be?
Oh, man.
I mean, who's the first person that comes to mind?
Oh, man.
It takes place at a Starbucks on the second level of Aventura Mall. We are told it is the southeast section of that mall. And at this point, you're looking at police helicopters. They are searching for the suspect on the air, as you can see, and on the ground, because at this point, it's difficult for them to know if the suspect is still in the mall and is a large area to cover, or if the suspect may have actually made it away from the mall, but they're not taking any chances considering that so many employees and customers are in that area. They want to make sure that they search every...
Now, you got to keep in mind, this is right up the street here now. Aventura Mall. It's just a few blocks up the street.
Obviously, they don't want to complicate the situation by allowing more people to get into that area, so they have actually blocked off the entrances to the mall and to the parking garages at this point, keeping people out so that they can continue with their investigation without adding more confusion to the scene by actually having customers go inside, because obviously if the shooter is still inside the mall, that creates a very dangerous situation. So they are searching from the air and from the ground at this point. Something else that might be interesting to mention, too, is that the mall is filled with surveillance cameras. So it's a good bet that perhaps this suspect, who they described with gray hair and a green shirt, may be caught on one of those surveillance cameras, perhaps even catching the crime on surveillance tape. And obviously that will be something that the police will be looking into later on as they continue their investigation. But a very tense situation at this point when they really don't even know where the suspect is. And as time goes on, they just get further and further away perhaps from actually finding this person. Yeah, right now, we mentioned a short while ago what Pat Rickman from the Miami-Dade Police Department explained to us is that they have 20 to 25 police officers on the scene. Many of them not only assisting in the search, but speaking with witnesses as well, interviewing anyone that may have seen what took place. They try to figure out exactly what happened and why, try to get a better description of the suspect. They have very little to go on at this point. What we've been told is they believe it's a white male, possibly Latin, gray hair, and green shirt.
Oh my God!
Which is an extremely large mall, but the parking garage. Let's listen in now to police officers.
Our officers responded, arrived, and there were in fact 2 people shot on the second floor of the Piazza, which is right here behind Bloomingdale. Right now, we do have 2 confirmed that are dead.
And by the way, Sean Green, $14 million. Nice Jewish boy, but...
Between 30 and 40, the other in his 50s. We have 2 scenarios that we're looking at right now. The first scenario is that someone came in and shot and killed him and fled. We have received information on the second scenario, which it may be a homicide-suicide. Again, I don't have all the particulars at this time. I need some more time to go back inside. I just arrived. I need to talk to my investigators, find out if they have interviewed any other witnesses.
Skip Washoe, by the way.
The mall has
police.
been closed.
Yeah.
Right now, we are in the process of removing anybody that may have been inside the mall prior to the shooting.
Get
of
them
course,
out.
you know this is a very large mall. It takes a while to do. It's not something you can do in 5 minutes.
Put that recorded
They are in the
announcement on.
process.
Don't
As we
panic.
speak,
The
we're
ship
moving
is
people
just
across the
on
mall.
fire. Yeah, just put that announcement on. Get out of here. Calm down. The hysterical reporters is up. You know this, you know. He just got through telling you what he knows. And they're sticking the mics in his phone and his. All over I'm embarrassed for him, okay, because he's got to put up with all these crazy reporters, especially the ones from Channel 7, which we were just listening to right there. Thank you, Jeff Cohen, by the way. Thank God we got Jeff Cohen to put this TV in here when we first came here 2 years ago, because otherwise we'd be sitting here with our finger up our butt. Not having any idea what's going on. But because we got a contact to the outside world here now, we're on top of it, baby. Here on QAM, your news station between 10 and 2. That's right. You think that if this was going on during the sports shows that they would be talking about this?
No.
You bet your sweet ass they wouldn't. Hey, what about Danny and Damie and Danny, huh? You know, Danny, he ain't so good no more, and that Damien, he's pretty cute, you know. He's, yeah. Looks like the bottom of my shoe. I mean, this is heavy-duty stuff. We got 2 dead people there in the Aventura Mall right up the street. More shootings, more gun nuts. All you gun huggers out there, where are you? All you gun squeezers. Guns don't kill people, bullets do, or however that thing goes. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Guns don't kill people. It's the bullets that go into them. Those are the things that kill you deader than crap. That's right. Bullets. Let's not outlaw guns. Let's just outlaw bullets. What do you say? Oh! Let's take a poll on this. Let's outlaw bullets. Oh! They can have all the guns they want, okay? They can squeeze them. They can fondle them. They can stick them between their legs. They can rub it a lot. Yeah. But then if we don't got no bullets for them, then we'd be safe, like in a civilized place. What do you say? 5670560. Outlawing bullets, yay or nay? 5670560. Wow. And you wonder why I tell you every day this is a slaughterhouse? See, you can get angry at me all you want. You can give me a bunch of crap. Oh, he's such a nasty, he's such a hard ass. I'm just telling you the way it is. I'd like for it to be like a peaceful, tranquil place with a lot of nice, white people, people. Safe people. I guess that's redundant, isn't it? Safe. But this was a white guy. He was not white. He was Hispanic, maybe, is what they said, which makes me think that even some of them are like a little on the barbaric side. You know what I'm saying? Although at least they're progressing from La Bamba to Los Boletos. What is a boleto? Huh? Is that like a ticket window? In Italian, that's what that is. Maybe that's what that is. There, we're looking at the inside of the Aventura Mall right now on Channel 7.
The other one believed to be in his...
Looks like a scene from...
police are telling us at this point that they believe there are 2 scenarios that perhaps the shooter actually came into the Starbucks.
By the way, is there such a place as San Cristobal, or they just make that up? Is there such a place? Maybe somebody in the audience can tell us, a guiding light person. Is there such a place as San Cristobal?
No.
I don't think so. I guess there is, but maybe it's run by some dick. 567. Oh, see, I put this on, and now everybody we had on hold, all the lines are pretty much open now because they all ran to their TV set. And they wanted to make sure that they ran over in the state. You know, they're probably all the rubberneckers now. They're going to drive over to Aventura Mall, and they're going to try to get as close as they can. They're going to take their binoculars. They're going to take their shotguns in case they see something looks suspicious, you know. Yeah, if you see anybody Hispanic that looks suspicious over by Aventura, I would suggest you just let the cops do their job, okay? Don't go over there and start with your vigilante justice. Well, how come you shot that poor Hispanic out there? Well, he looked suspicious to me. They just, Yeah. He was just delivering pizza. Well, he looked suspicious anyway. He had that coat, that thing, He was carrying that red sack. I was sure there was like shotguns in there. Hand grenades. Looked like he worked for American Airlines. Here's a fax, by the way, that says, Dear Neil, have you ever seen Barry Jackson and the ferret from the Budweiser commercial in the same room?
No.
Excellent point. That's the one, by the way. Very good. Larry from Hollywood. Excellent. I knew he'd spot him. It says, in fact, if they play the ferret's voice, if you have any of the spots on tape, which we do, you'll hear that it sounds exactly like Barry Jackass. Very perspicacious of you, Larry. Larry from Hollywood is on top of it, baby. He knows what it's all about. Barry Jackass is the ferret. He's the gerbil in somebody's rectum. That's what he is. He's a real pain in the ass. Yeah, Wayne Hypinga said he's the best suckhole in town. John Henry said it. Pat Riley said it. Jimmy Johnson said it. Jimmy, we could be special. Johnson, we got a shot, said it. He's the most professional, the best suckhole in town. That's what they all said, Barry Jackass. You see, just because we had a double shooting over there in Aventura, Barry, that isn't going to let your ugly, fat, little pimply ass off the hook here today. I'm not going to forget about you, ever. Or the newspaper that you work for. All these years, the Herald has been doing their best to do whatever they can to stick it to Neil Rogers. When I was on KAT, because I had the audacity to attack the Herald, you just don't come to this town and pick on the Herald. Well, tough crap. I hate the Herald. When I was at INZ and caused thousands of people to cancel their subscriptions to the Miami Herald, then they really got bent out of shape. And you know something? In spite of that, I'm doing pretty goddamn good last time I checked. I looked at that paycheck yesterday before I stuck it in the bank. It looked pretty good to me. Yeah, a big fat one and a check too. How do you like that? All you goyim over there at the Herald? Oh yeah. It's a professional goyish place. I think Barry Jackass is, I don't want to say it. I know, okay. I don't want to say he's Jewish. I don't want to say that because Robert will get upset. Hey, listen, everybody, we had Meyer Lansky too. You know, nothing's perfect. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. We'll keep you up to date with this because it's almost as exciting as the OJ chase. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, let me put the phone out the window. You can hear.
Yeah, let me hear the people screaming.
Yeah.
Stick it way out there in the phone too.
Yeah, another scenario they had. They said could have been a gentleman from Hallandale. He might be at the Rascal House. He got his bill at Starbucks and he crapped his pants.
Oh, yeah, that might have put him over the edge.
What is that, a $4 cup of coffee they got over there?
That's right. It's a little heavy duty, if you pardon that expression, for those old cockers from Hallandale.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but I got to change the subject for a minute.
Please, anything you want, pal. It's America.
No time to care, you know. But I got to know, because I'm going over to Amsterdam.
Yes?
Well, you were there, back in August?
Yeah.
Late August?
Right, it's early September, late August.
Yeah. I believe the Hurricanes were playing on that Pigskin Classic, whatever. Did you happen to find a sports bar over there when you were over there watching that game?
A sports bar?
You went to watch that game over there, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I watched all the football games while I was there.
I figured.
In fact, I found a sports book. I was plunging my brains out on them.
Okay, so there are sports bars over there?
No.
Okay.
No.
You know, that's all.
They got a great hooligans over there. They got a great hooligans, and they got a tremendous topless. What do you call it? Hooters.
Hooters. Oh,
yeah. Well, it's hard for me to remember that. I'm not too much into Hooters, you know.
Wait,
old fag like me.
Late breaking bulletin.
But they do have some fine Hooters over there. You'll see them in the window. Yes.
Metro Spade is on. I mean, they'll find them now.
Metro Spade is on it?
Yeah, they're on it.
Okay, thanks for the good news. If we can just put Sam Spade on it with Metro Spade, we'll have it made. In the shade. I mean, we don't want to make light of this. It's a tragedy. We don't know who these two people are. They're dead. But, you know, like the lady says, I don't have time to care. I don't have time to care. I don't care. Which I'd play that song, except it still says F in it, by the way, Joe Costello, wherever you are. Not a very good job of putting that sleep in there, Joe. I mean, we still love you. I wonder how they made out with all those free meals yesterday at Outback. Huh? They're probably still online. I was online when they announced it. I'm going to get my lunch, goddammit. I want my free meat now. Even if it's cold and stale from yesterday, I'll take it home and heat up my meat. Yeah, you should live so long. Your meat's been cold for 30 years, pal. 10:56 at 560 WQAM.
This is 560 QAM. Only one South Florida radio station has the hammer. And you're listening to it. Goldberg, weekday afternoons at 2. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
All right.
There's a brand new game all the kids are learning to play now. In every big city all across the USA now. It's called Teach Yourself Some Hardware and Blow the Other Fellow Away now. They've all got guns. Out there on the streets today. Guns out there on the streets today. Got a movie, she brought it into show and tell now.
All right.
Billy brought his lunch and a 38 special to sell now. Take some terrorize the feature and she'll let them out before the bell now. Thursday's got guns, guns, guns out there on the streets today. Guns out there on the streets today. Selling boys and girls you can make like a green beret now. Green beret. Be the first kid on your block just to cop some and carry away now. So what if Johnny can't read? He can still join the NRA now. Thursday's got guns, guns, guns. They can all throw each other away. Yeah, they've got guns, guns, guns out there on the streets today. Guns out there on the streets today.
What a great way to celebrate Veterans Day. A few shootings here and there, huh? The American effing way, with no disrespect to our veterans who put their lives on the line, and many of whom never came back. But it's a sickness, baby. It's an American sickness. Not unique to America, but it's an epidemic in America. People are blowing each other away like crazy. And the gun huggers, the gun squeezers out there, and their pawns in the Congress, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And, of course, every time something like this happens, they say, oh, here you guys go again. Well, of course, it's happening like every 5 minutes. That's the problem, which is why we never stop talking about it. Although we really don't have time to care. We want you to understand that. So don't get too concerned because we don't have time to care. So keep your guns, rub them, polish them, keep them clean and spanky and shining. Just we're not going to give you no more bullets. That's right. When bullets are outlawed, only outlaws will have bullets. Isn't that what the thing says? Something like like that, yeah. Here's a call in Fort Myers where they don't believe in guns. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's going on, sir?
How you doing, sir?
All right, let me answer your question.
Thank God you aren't a bunch of violent, barbaric people over there. Thank God for Fort Myers.
Well, I used to live over there in your neighborhood. Listen, let me answer your question. First of all, San Cristobal is a town in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, my God.
I know
La
that.
República Dominicana?
Yes, sir.
La República Dominicana. I just love saying that.
Yes, sir, because I know that.
Excitement saying that.
I know that because my dad is from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where we'll find Riva is down there in the goddamn Dominican Republic with the Dominicans.
I don't know. I haven't been there since I was 8. No.
Good. Stay the hell away from there. There's a bunch of crazy people doing soap operas down there.
No, but I love Sammy Sosa. But nevertheless, okay, second point. What is going on with this? I mean, was the Starbucks coffee that bad?
Yeah.
The stock?
I don't think it was the coffee. I think the price got them outraged.
Or the stock?
And now, by the way, they're saying it was either a double murder or it was a murder-suicide because they didn't find a weapon there, but I guess they've forgotten Godfather. Remember the first thing that Clemenza kept telling Michael to do?
Oh.
After he did the shooting? Drop the gun. Remember that?
Yeah.
Drop the gun, which he did. He threw the gun away and he rushed out of there and the tablecloths look a little bit bad, but they cleaned them up.
Now, have they made any mention of Jimmy Johnson is there?
Not yet.
Oh. We got a shot!
And he still doesn't have a hair out of joint. How do you like that?
Yeah.
He got hit with 5 shots and he still got his hair all in place.
This is terrible.
That's why we respect him. It is horrible, but you know something? These people don't care. They're immune to it. And it's only 2. Just keep that in mind. It's only 2.
Day. Unbelievable. I'm waiting for, is Rick Sanchez going hysterical yet?
He's hopping up and down. He's not saying anything. He's just hyperventilating. He's hopping up and down like a fruit fly.
Oh.
He's singing La Cucaracha. Okay, pal.
All right, take care.
See ya. He's doing La Cucaracha going. Oh, look at that. They got the...
was open, so it's a good deal of customers inside the store this morning, as well as walkers who go in and do some exercise before the mall began.
In there? Oh,
no
good.
doubt it could have been an even worse situation than it already is, how horrific it already is, considering the amount of people that were probably inside the mall at the time. But that obviously led to making the situation...
You know, it's one thing when you see it's happening in Atlanta, it happened in Seattle, it happened, and by the way, they put that kid Kip Kinkle in jail for 700 years, which ain't going to bring any of those people back, by the way, including his parents. It happens in, Denver, and people are saying, well, we don't have time to care about that. Here it is at the Aventura Mall, boys and girls. By the way, we'll be at Specs at the... Well, it isn't at the Aventura Mall. We'll be at the Specs down there in Coral Gables, 1570 South Dixie Highway, right by UM, this Saturday noon to 2, with our best of stuff, including those keychains and CDs and cassettes and T-shirts and a pomegranate and a pear tree, all that good stuff. So we hope you all come down. But anyway, this is at Aventura Mall at the Starbucks. You people are deader than crap. I would like that woman to call in right now and tell me that she doesn't have time to care. We will trace the call. We will come to your house and beat you to within an inch of your life and make you care. How's that? We will make sure that you care, lady. Oh, God, what a subhuman bitch. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
First time caller here.
All right.
Just call. You gonna shoot me? No.
No, that was just a little bonus. No extra charge.
Just calling about the bullet scene, the bullets here. You know,
Yeah.
you're saying should we get rid of the bullets or should we keep the bullets? I think what we need to do is to get all the cops that get all these guns and from all these criminals and stuff like that, and start going door to door and handing the guns and the bullets to these people that want to protect their families and protect themselves.
Yeah, that would have worked good in Starbucks. So I guess when you go in the mall, you pack a piece. Is that it?
All right.
Sir, did you hear what I just said?
No.
I said, so in other words, when you go to Starbucks for a cup of coffee, you pack a piece with you, you put a holster on your hip?
There you go.
Okay, thanks. Okay, there's a solution. John Wayne is still alive. I like that. He smoked too many faggots, that Marion, whatever his name was, but he's still alive. He fought the big C and he won. They thought he was dead and he made a comeback. He's got his holster on, he's got his shoe, 6-shooter. There you go. He can outdraw the best of them, baby. The Duke. The Duke is still alive. That's right. Let's round up all these guns and hand them out like to little kids in school. Everybody, here you go. Here's a gun. Here's a couple more for you, okay? By the way, there is some good news in the middle of all this tragic crap. Diocese ready to fingerprint priests.
There's no fact in the church.
Let's hear it.
Oh!
That's right. I mean, can you think of any other like broadcasters? Well, I'll be honest with you. If you're going to work in this radio station, you probably should be fingerprinted. Oh, I can think a lot of people in here should have been fingerprinted before they were allowed in the building. But nevertheless. Miami. The Archdiocese of Miami will begin fingerprinting members of the clergy, religious, and lay, pardon that expression, lay workers and volunteers today, following the lead of other Florida dioceses, responding to allegations of sexual misconduct by priests.
There's no fact.
Oh, my God. I thought those were just isolated incidents. All those 50,000 stories I've been reading in the last couple of years. I thought those 45 million stories I've read the last 6 months, I thought those were just isolated incidents. You know what I mean? Huh?
Father O'Toole. God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, that's more like it. Archbishop John C. Favalora and his bishops will be fingerprinted today to show support for a new... I wonder about all that money that was fingered, by the way, from the Vatican Bank. I guess better late than never, right?
Only $50.
Yeah, right. Only $50 billion that disappeared from the Vatican Bank. Bank Immobiliare. A new program requiring background checks of all Roman Catholic church workers. The plan affects 3,800 Archdiocese employees and several hundred volunteers in Broward and Miami-Dade counties. Florida's bishops voted in 1998 for a policy to fingerprint all clergy, lay employees, and volunteers who work with children.
There's no fact in the church.
Like altar boys, elderly or disabled people. Priests say they've been told that information will be kept confidential by the Archdiocese. It'll be kept confidential. In other words, they'll sweep it under the carpet. Mary Ross Agosta, a spokesman for the Archdiocese, said it approved the plan in September. She said the fingerprinting is already taking place at Catholic schools and charities. Yeah, speaking of charities, we should have had some fingerprinting done at that golf tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I wonder whose suspicious fingerprints we would have found on some of that cash at the golf tournament.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? In South Florida, the most recent case of alleged sexual impropriety was that of the Reverend Joseph Sinisi. Remember that one, of course, just here recently, who in September resigned as pastor of a Fort Lauderdale area parish after he was accused of stalking and exposing himself to a man in 1998.
There's no fact in the church.
Sinisi, who was denied the allegation, told parishioners he resigned to defend himself in the courts. He said he's got a good head on his shoulders. Something like that. As part of the, well, it goes on. I'll get to the rest of it. It's a great story there. They're fingerprinting. It's about time they're finally catching on. Okay, this is where you'll find the criminals. This is where you'll find the child molesters. This is where you'll find the dangerous people in the Catholic Church. There you go. Oh! I wonder what Pilar would think of this. 10 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM.
Wake up with the first team.
No.
Joe Rogan, Jeff DeForest, and Steve Goldstein. Weekday mornings at 6.
All right.
Only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sky is falling. I don't have to grow up. I'm a Guns N' Roses kid. I can always kill myself for something bad I did.
Yes.
It's gonna be cool when when I kill everyone at school. 'Cause my dad said it's okay. I'll exercise my right back by the NRA. That lets me be a Guns N' Roses kid.
He's a Guns N' Roses kid. I taught him how to shoot. What? He really loves the sight of blood. Now ain't that kind of cute? I'm a homicidal Nazi redneck with a site on the internet. I'm a lifetime member of the NRA. That's why I raised a Guns N' Roses kid. Here, son.
Oh boy, I clicked for my gun.
I'm glad that you're a Guns N' Roses kid.
Of course, you know, north of the border, that acronym has a different meaning. They say, hey, you listen to that NRA? Meaning me, of course.
Oh, God.
Up there. I'm especially in Toronto. Listen to that old NRA? 5670560.
That's the situation as you see it, so it gives you a good idea of why the mall at this point is shut down.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to be going to the Aventura Mall and get your pollen in right now, Grandma. Go to Walgreens, okay? It's not a good idea. Stay away from Aventura Mall. It is closed, okay? Are you listening to me? It is closed, yeah. It's closed. Don't go to Aventura. They found a gun at the site, but of course, like I said, it could be that maybe he had several weapons and he went out to shoot some other people, or maybe it was one of those two guys. Maybe it was a murder-suicide, or maybe it was Josh Friedman done it. Or maybe somebody smelt from Josh Friedman and they got so hysterical and upset they started shooting at random because they smelt from his pelt. And believe me, they didn't fell. 567. Oh, by the way, terrible game last night. I want a refund. You know, I looked at the price on my tickets since the station buys these, thank God. $60 to see that. We left after the second period, which, to be honest with you, we already had plans to leave after the second period. But I mean, that was definitely refund city last night. That was pathetic. Anybody who would make a case for that being, and by the way, instead of blaming the fans this time, Wayne, we had a good turnout there last night for an expansion little girls team. Seriously, that was better than our average turnout. Just by my visual, the upper bowl was more full than usual. I'd say we had about 14,000 there last night, regardless of what the paper says. Probably was that 50-cent special from the worst team that put us in over the top. But seriously, the fans showed up to see a girls game. $60 a seat. Plus about $20 for a hot dog and a soda. Thank God we left after the second period so I could go home and see a real game.
Stuff it back into Penguins real estate with 3.5 to go in the third period. Yager slows the pace. On to Slager. Cut around two red shirts. Here he comes, the Canadian center. Slap shot. Hey! Note the score. Yuri Slager has tied it for the Penguins. I'll scratch my back with a hacksaw.
All right.
On Titoff. Robbie Brown taking that puck and dumping it down the ice. Roosevelt had to get a new stick, and Yager finally comes on with 55 seconds to go here. He hits the ice. He jumps free. Here's a man going to the net. Yager to front. Scores! Yager scores. The Penguins have the lead, 5-4. It's just off Hackett. The Penguins have the lead for the first time in this game. And Jeff Hackett doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch.
Attaboy, Mike. Boy, that was something. Montreal's ahead of Pittsburgh 4-1 with 7.5 minutes to go, and the Penguins score 4 goals. I realize that has nothing to do with people getting shot, but I just have to mention that after seeing that horrible horse crap performance of ours last night, that we should add refunds. That was weak. That was... You know, Robert just handed me something here from the business section of the Herald that may give a little clue. You know something? I'm better than Sherlock Holmes. A little insight as to why we had this civil disturbance at Aventura Mall today. Singer's wife to open store.
Oi!
Singer John Cicada's wife. He's got a wife? What's his name? Maratier. What does that stand for? Manny? Expects to open a franchise store, Jacquard Paris, today at the Aventura Mall in Aventura. Uh-oh. The French children's clothing store has more than 350 stores worldwide and one other store in South Florida and South Miami. Parlez-vous, it's closed? How do you like that, huh? John Cicada. This story is shocking to me for many reasons.
He has a wife, you know.
That's why it's shocking, because believe you me, you think Ivory soap floats. But anyway. You, Neil, you think okay, I know. I say that about everybody. You're right.
He has a wife, you know.
Oh, yeah, that convinces me. Just like that Julio Iglesias Jr. that was floating around the hallways in here. Carlos was chasing him around in the hall out here the other day. Power 96. How do you like that? And, of course, you know, the thing that happened out there at Xerox in Hawaii and 7 people got killed out there. And, oh, well, we don't have time to care about those things, Neil. We're too busy doing whatever we're doing. Sitting around watching Jerry Springer. I mean, you know, if this is your idea of life, and that's fine. Not for me. Not for this kid. I mean, if you want to donate right now, if you want to come in with your $1,000 checks, $10,000 checks, I could be gone by this weekend permanent, okay? I'll send you a card. Just leave me your address. I'll send you a nice postcard. Sign Civilization, somewhere in a civilized world. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Man, I gotta say, that much again, it sucked last night.
That was terrible.
Wasn't it?
Oh, was there a game last night here?
I don't know. Hell,
I didn't see one.
I watched it on Sports Channel or whatever channel's on.
Even if you watch it on TV, you should ask for a refund.
Yeah, really, right? Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, do you happen to watch Tom Green lately?
No, I haven't seen him in a long time now.
Well, he has a new episode tonight.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I gotta catch it tonight. That's my man, Tom Green.
Yeah, you should have seen it. Last week he did this skit with, he was this redneck dude with fake teeth, and named Billy Bob.
Yeah.
And he has camera on. Every time he's camera on, he goes nuts, you know. He starts kicking his legs, you know. I don't know, he's like, make you go like this, you know, and he's in this, he's in a store, like, where they sell mattresses and beds, you know, and he's like...
Tom Green is the only guy. We could be in the middle of World War III. They could be dropping nuclear weapons in our backyard, and if we could just see Tom Green, we'd still be laughing, you know?
Yeah, seriously. Hey, who do you think's going to win the fight?
Have a great day, pal. I think the white people are going to win the fight. I could be wrong, because we're getting outnumbered. 567 at 0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Line 9, of course, where they're kind of out of touch with us today, 877-785-NEIL. In those civilized places like over there in Port Charlotte, where they don't shoot each other. They just shoot little defenseless animals. Oh, by the way, did you see that horrible story on the news last night about those Chinese? And Al Sunshine, of all people, whom I despise, and rightfully so, had this expose on these little toy cats and the stuff. And the barbaric Chinese over there, the grotesque things, they had this videotape, which of course they have to show us right in the middle of the dinner hour, of the barbaric things, the torture and the mutilation and killing of dogs and cats. I mean, everybody's got to eat, but let's get serious. How come the Chinese in this country, most of them are so civilized and so nice, and the Chinese over there, so many of them are so barbaric? It must be that comunista thing. That must be it. God. You show me somebody who doesn't respect dogs, and I'll show you somebody that is wasting space, that needs to be separated from the rest of us. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Don't go to Aventura. That's my best advice. Because they'll arrest your ass, and maybe the rest of you, too. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Okay, sir.
A couple of things. For one, I have to collect guns, but I only use them to shoot my pets with.
Uh-huh. Well, if you have cats, that's okay.
Yeah, I do actually.
One thing I agree with the Chinese on.
Last couple of days, I missed the
I feel like a dead pussy.
I missed the worst team this morning, so.
Oh, they were great.
I don't know what Barry Jackass did.
I'm on their side, baby. I'm on their side forever. They
whatever he did
for life.
Whatever Jackass did, I can't find it in the damn Herald at all, anywhere.
Oh, no, it was yesterday on the front page.
Oh, I got that, yes.
Well, yesterday on the front page story about Wayne's going to sell the Panthers, and Bill Torrey says there's nothing to it, that Wayne isn't any more like, I mean, he will sell them at the right price. It's always been that way the last 2 years, but he's not on any crusade now to sell the team. It's all another figment of his imagination, just like Don Smiley was buying the Marlins, and that was on the front page 15,000 times with Barry Jackass.
So he's rerunning old stories.
Right.
Basically.
Right, and they put it on the front page, the lead story in the upper right-hand.
Yeah, I caught that. But
unbelievable.
In my section of the paper, it wasn't in the upper right, it was in the lower left. But
Broward paper.
We get a whole different paper down here in the country, out in the middle of nowhere that you get.
That's right.
And Spy Report, I heard earlier, a friend of mine called and said that Chuck Heston and O.J. Simpson were doing a book signing at an undisclosed location in North Miami somewhere.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Thank you very much, sir.
A couple of upright citizens for us. You notice when Chuck Heston was testifying in front of Congress a week or two ago, and he got up and he stood like upright with his I thought he was going to kind of tilt his hand a little bit like this, like Heinrich Himmler, you know, but like way up in the air. I mean, who are you kidding, man, Chuck? You know, too much of that cheap booze. It's really affecting your brain, what's left of it. 567-0560. You notice this? It did because they're all watching on TV news
one
now.
of those as if it were a factual lead and take every possible precaution, because if they were to operate on the assumption that this was a murder-suicide and it was over and there was no armed suspect, and God forbid there was an armed suspect running around, well, that would be a terrible situation.
They
want to
take care of every precaution
as they've got a situation like this.
Yeah, and chances are, with Mike telling us and describing for us that the special response teams are checking in every empty space, you're talking about bushes and under staircases.
Watch out for the bushes, baby.
It's quite possible at this point to believe that police think perhaps an armed suspect is still out there because they're treating it that way. And again, it may be that they're just not taking any chances. Mike, describe for us, as far as the mall is concerned, what is the scene right now? We know that, and we can see through these live pictures, that much of it appears to be closed off. Police officers, police cars barricading the area. But have you witnessed any of the employees or any of the customers showing up trying to get into the mall?
I have witnessed some of the customers going into the mall. As you get on the opposite side of the mall from the crime scene.
Get away from that mall, you crazy people. Get away from the Aventura Mall now.
Road, the perimeter road around the mall.
God damn it.
Really looked on that side as if nothing was wrong but for all of the choppers flying overhead.
Yeah.
So on that side, I think there are people who are going to the mall and don't necessarily know that there is anything wrong out here, and going about their shopping as they would on any other day. And but as you get closer to the crime scene, you definitely see a secured perimeter. Police are very tense out here, and they're certainly treating you as trouble when you start to get around to the east and southeast sides of the mall.
But Mike, it's pretty much confirmed that the mall is indeed closed. Even if anybody shows up at the area where you are and there is no police presence, they still cannot go into the mall, though, correct?
Well, again, what I saw is we drove by there about a half hour ago. We saw over by where the TGI Fridays is. We did see people walking into the mall, more towards the north and western side of the mall.
There are people walking into the mall?
With all of the police presence.
They're walking into the mall?
Here on the east and southeast sides of the
Hey,
mall.
welcome to the Aventura Mall. Oh, sorry.
They have
Didn't see
down
him.
the hatches a little bit more, but about a half hour ago, when we were driving around that side of the mall, I did see people coming in.
Oh. Pardon me while I barf, okay? Pardon me while I upchuck several meals from the past couple of weeks. They're letting people into the freaking mall, according to Channel 7 News, which never makes a mistake. Wow. 11:26 at 560 WQAM.
You've got to stick your spoon in it, lad. Don't worry, it's not going to break.
Well, I had communion and my hands just started bleeding.
This man suffers from the consequences of what some might call a civilized religion. Stigmata, the forming of bleeding holes in the palms of the hands, resulting from sacrificial blood guzzling. Hello, I'm Kip Adada for the fight against stigmata. Now, a lot of you don't got a bother, but in case you don't want a stigmata bothering you, refrain from ingesting the body or blood of anybody, or you may never play handball again. Stigmata, it's Stiggy Boom.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, when they start fingerprinting those priests today, I wouldn't be surprised if blood starts spurting out of their palms. Won't that be something, huh?
Uh-huh.
Man. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. We're monitoring the situation. We're on top of it, baby. Just stay cool, stay calm, and stay the hell away from Aventura Mall. They've witnessed people going in. Are these cops crazy? Are you people crazy? Those doors should be shut, and they should have security guards at every exit, and only open them to let people out. Only outgoing, please. After they're frisked and the body and stripped and the body searched. All the cavities.
Rectum.
Exactly. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
I'm getting the eye, so I'm going to have to go quick. But before I go, I want to hear about your opinion on Abe Hirschfeld running for the Senate in New York.
Abe Hirschfeld is running for the Senate?
Yeah,
He ought to be running for his life.
I'll listen to it on the radio.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's my opinion, sir. Next question. 5670560. Oh, he did spit at a Herald reporter. So like I said, if I were in New York, he's got my vote. It's going, Abe, baby. Good Jewish boy. A little crazy, but nevertheless. Loan me $50 million, Abe. 567. Look at this. They had a shooting, 2 murders at Aventura, and I got open lines on here because they're all watching TV.
This is a result of a murder-suicide, is that they found a weapon on the scene. But still, there are many other scenarios that could also fall into finding the weapon. That could be the weapon the gunman used. Perhaps one of the victims pulled out a weapon to try to defend himself.
Or maybe it was just the one I was laying around from the other day. That could be it too, sweetheart. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
I'm sorry I didn't call you last week about your birthday. I had to work. I heard it on the way to work.
Well, thanks very much.
I gotta tell you, you do not look 57.
No, I look about 58.
No, I thought you looked around
for 50. Yeah, 50-ish. Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Yeah, you're doing pretty
Especially
good.
considering I'm working here.
Yeah, I know. Hank, two things. I mean, it's a shame about what happened up in Aventura.
It's a shame.
I mean, I'm the one who called you. I was up in I'm the one from the Netherlands, you know. I was based there in the Air Force.
Yeah.
They don't do stuff like this over there.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, it's a very free-loving country over there. I mean, they don't, no racism, no hate.
No.
It's a very nice country over there. And second,
How come people are smoking so much weed and hash over and doing so much hash? How come they're not shooting each other? If drugs are as evil as they tell us
yeah,
in the
I know.
US, in this brainwashed passion of stupidity.
Because it's so legal over there, people don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
It's people are nice.
They're not full of hostility and hate, and they're not all psychotic.
You know, Channel 6. I think this might be a racism shooting.
A racist? Was one of the victims black?
Maybe no, they're both white. If there is a victim, if there is a shooter.
Well, we better call Jesse Jackson then.
They say it might be a black guy.
Yeah.
They say they're not sure. Because
there might be a black guy what?
Supposedly there was a black guy running from the scene, but it might have just been another shop or store owner.
Yeah, he's just probably a shoplifter.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
And the other thing
you know
is
how those darkies are, you know.
Oh God, I just forgot what I was going to say.
I know.
It's stupid. Drive me nuts. No, but I just wanted to say, when's your next signing?
Yeah.
When's your next signing?
My next signing?
Where are you going to be next?
This Saturday, Specs in by the Gables in U of M, 1570 South Dixie Highway.
What time?
Noon to 2 this Saturday.
Okay, because I live just about a mile away from there.
Okay.
I've seen you before. I met you a couple times. You're very nice.
Well, don't get carried away.
I know. I have a great. Hey, can I give a shameless? Can I give an asshole request?
An asshole request?
No, a douchebag.
No, we don't do that anymore, sir. Get with the times, okay? Get with the times. Catch up. I mean, you mean well, but please, you sound dangerous. Trace the call. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. How you doing?
Okay.
I just want to say I'm a Stick Julio from Westchester. I play golf. I watch golf. I don't bass fish. I flat fish. But I flat fish.
You flash it?
No, I flat fish.
Oh, flat fish.
Fishing, yeah.
Yeah, what about catfish?
No, I don't like catfish.
Oh, Julios don't eat catfish, I guess. That's for rednecks. Yeah.
Hey, Neil, were you listening to 60 Minutes about, I think it was a week ago? They had a program on about, it was the Persian Gulf War. The government were using the soldiers as guinea pigs for this drug.
Right.
And now they're all having these bowel movements, and they're, yeah, you know. And
well, actually, the people in Sunrise and Tamarack are petitioning the government to give them some of the same drugs. Yeah.
That would work good for them over
I
there.
understand Sonny Rosenberg's trying to get 50 gallons of it shipped into Hallandale.
Yeah, you know, hey, I can say about that is, I don't care, you know. They don't care.
That's right. We don't
care. The government doesn't care, you know.
Well, they're like that lady that called. We just don't. They don't have time to care.
Yeah, and Neil, maybe they're letting that lady into the mall. You know, that'd be a good thing. Maybe she'd get, Maybe then she'd start caring a little bit. That's a good idea. Right?
Let's give her a ride. We'll take her by limo right there and stick her in the middle of the mall and just tie her up and exactly. Okay, have a great day, pal. That's a good idea. Put her right by one of those fountains there and just sit her down there, tie her up real tight, tie her legs together. Huh? And just kind of sit her there and everybody go out. Just leave her there. It's okay. Now let's see if you care a little bit. You think she'd care?
No.
No, she's too busy. 567-0560.
Saw the parking garage.
And Mike, as we were speaking with you, we got to get another vantage point from 7 Skyforce, and we saw a couple more SRT officers, one with a canine that were actually outside on the bottom floor there of the parking garage on
they got those dogs
one of the other sides of the parking garage, perhaps getting ready to go in as well. It looks like they're going to bring the car. Okay, the car is actually pulling out right now. But we just saw them getting out of the vehicle, so perhaps they're looking at a different side, a different angle, or they're going to actually go in and investigate another area of the mall. As you mentioned, Beatrice, the mall is so huge and such
Let's just keep conjecturing on it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, maybe they will, and maybe they won't, Let's start singing a song. Have Ricky do a little number to it, huh? Little Mambo number 85. Mambo number 69. There you go. Come on, Ricky. I mean, the fact that, if they're right, let me turn on a real channel, okay? Let's turn on to channel 6 and see what the story is here. That's right. This is this crazy cable. You got 4, then 7, then 6.
Joining us once again.
And we have some nice folks with us here today.
Okay, now come on, Bob. I love you, Bob Weaver, but come on. Put your teeth back in, Bob, and stop making a silly person out of yourself. Come on.
The shooting believed to have taken place anywhere between 9 and 10 in the morning. So they don't want to take any chances, and they need to cover an extremely large area. This could take hours for that.
What about Channel 10?
they were.
Where the hell is Channel 10? Is that on this thing? Or what is it? Channel 69 is Channel 10? Where is it on this stupid ass cable? What number is Channel 10 on this? What cable company is this? Oh, won't it be great to say goodbye to the cable? Then we can just turn on a small dish and look. What number is Channel 10 on this thing? 14 is some Drek, 13 is some kids channel, 12 is a spot, 10 is two lesbians doing a little jig in a kitchen,
But I can't.
9 is some faith healing faker on, 8 is a couple of Spartans, 7 is the WLRN. Where's
That
Channel 10?
angle of the
I don't think it's on
developing story for us and of the case for us this morning. We also have Lisa Ball.
Oh, man, we just got to take care of that redneck Senator Phil Graham from Texas. He could be the chigger in the woodpile on this bill that's already passed the House on getting the local channels on the small dish. Better straighten his ass out. Ready to block it if they leave some little thing in there that they want to do. Just cut the crap, Phil Graham, okay, you Yahoo drooling redneck, and sign that thing and let's get it going. We could have those channels on there by next week. And speaking of that, the cable people must be peeing in their pants. Because all over my neighborhood now, including right by me, yesterday, all of a sudden, magically appears all this cable. All this wire, this cable stuff that they're all getting ready to put up there. So I have a feeling that they're like rewiring and maybe they're going to give a lot more choices and upgrade the picture. All of a sudden the cable people are making a renewed presence all over the hood. Like we're going to impress you with what a great picture and all great choices. Sorry, as soon as this bill is signed by El Presidente, by Bubba, bye-bye. Bye, cable people. Bye-bye. Don't take it personal unless you want to. 20 till noon at 560 WQAM. Is that what I said?
This is 560 QAM. Only one South Florida radio station has the habit. Listen to it. Goldberg, weekday afternoons at 2. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Hank will be doing a show from Flagler today. He's got old Vino at 5. But anyway, it's a murder-suicide. They got Lieutenant Skip Washaw of the Aventura Police on there right now. And he said they spoke to some people who were like witnesses on the scene in Starbucks, and they said it was a homicide-suicide. And the manager of the mall at Aventura says this was and I'm quoting him now, a tragic, isolated incident, and the mall is closed. A tragic, isolated incident. In other words, not everybody in the mall's getting shot. It don't happen every day. It was a tragic, isolated incident. I'm interested in that choice of words, but nevertheless. Homicide-suicide, so I don't think you have to pee in your pants in panic that we got some crazy gunman on a loose running around all over town, at least not this one anyway. Maybe a few others, probably several others, but not this one. Homicide-suicide. And the mall, it'd be closed. Stop going in there already, okay? Stop going in there to Aventura right now. They'd like to have your business. It's right before the holidays, and they'd like, I'm sure the department stores want your money. Just save your money. Don't shop anywhere else because they'll get upset. Just go home for a while and stay loose. Stay loose as a caboose. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Our Florida line is open, 877-785-NEIL, 877-785-6345. And you notice, like I said, they don't care about the gun thing that people are getting shot all over, even though it's right here in the middle of our town, not in Hawaii, not in Seattle, not in places very, very far away. It's happening right here. Somebody gets pissed off, happens every single day. All these domestic disputes. And then we have these assholes saying, well, if we just, have the death penalty, well, how do you give the death penalty if somebody committed suicide after they're blowing people away? Happens all the time now. Littleton, Colorado. Murders and suicide. Over there in Plantation, that deal, kills the wife or the ex-wife, blows his brains out. Doesn't even give us a chance to fry his ass. Saves us a lot of money, but nevertheless. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Pompano.
Yes, sir.
Yes, look, I was listening to the show yesterday, and as well today. I'm a white male, and I have 2 children, 6 and 7 years old.
Yes, sir.
And it upsets me very much to think that our Governor Bush, along with Clinton and everybody else, is doing everything they can to give all the minorities everything. And in reality, my kids have a right. Why can't we get somebody in government that can just not look at color? I believe black people have rights.
No.
But how come we don't get equal rights as them? How come there's a Miss Black America, no Miss White America? How come there's all black college?
If you have a Miss White America, then they'd accuse you of being a racist. It would be like a Klan thing. See, it's okay to have a T-shirt that says Black Power, but if you had a T-shirt that said White Power, they'd put a hood on your head and say you're a Klansman. See.
Oh, exactly.
I agree with you, sir. In fact, this diversity plan that the governor has come up with, this perversity plan which is nothing but a window dressing and trying to get this thing off the ballot next year because it's not politically correct, and he'll be embarrassed when the voters, including me, vote overwhelmingly to end affirmative action. This is just window dressing. It's a bullcrap because it won't be politically good for him to be in a state where we vote out affirmative action. I say, it's interesting that we have all of these problems with these minorities. There's an easy way to solve that. Let's just us white people take over, and we'll have a couple of states where all the minorities go, except those people we choose can stay here. We'll take a vote.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'll
I've
pick
been
out who
here.
can stay and who has to leave.
I've been born and raised right here in Pompano Beach.
You look pretty good, yes.
And I like it, and I hear everybody complaining about everything all the time.
Yeah.
And bottom line is if we just
line?
worry about ourselves and just stop looking at color is bullcrap. I'm just so angry. It's our government. It's not the black people.
Talking about minorities, though. I just thought you said they have all the rights and the white people don't have any rights. And you just say, how can you say that when you don't want to look at color? Or race?
I do want to look at color.
Oh,
all right,
okay,
I do. You're
right.
right.
Oh, yeah, admit it. See,
you're right.
Me,
Damn right.
You want to look at it. Damn
I'm
right.
prejudiced. I'm prejudiced against people that are prejudiced against me.
Oh, I see. There you got a good reason for that.
I treat every man the way he treats me.
Right. Just like the black people, a lot of black men that hate Dan Marino because he's a superstar and he's white.
And I'll tell you.
And they won't call the show and admit it, even though we know it's true.
Red Fox is one of my favorite actors who's already dead. All right,
some of your best friends are probably got a good tan anyway. Maybe they got a good suntan. I wouldn't say they're darker than that. Yeah, that's about it.
Bottom line is why is it like this? I don't understand this.
Well, because you got all these bleeding heart liberals, of which I used to be one, pandering, and now even people like Bush, because he thinks it's politically correct, pandering to minorities. I think everybody's got to stand on his own thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way America's got to be. Stand on your own merits. Get yourself an education. Get a brain. If you can compete, go out there and compete, and stop looking for special treatment. Stop looking for handouts, no matter what the hell you happen to be.
Well, I'll tell you, if this is
Am I
on
right,
the radio,
is that correct?
You are definitely correct.
Right.
Definitely. I'll tell you, I would like to know, if this is on the air, I'd like to state, Mr. Bush, why can't you look at everybody the same? I mean, my children have a right to be looked at. I'd like them to go to college. It's sad to think that the black kids are going to get to go to college while mine can't.
Well, that's part of the governor's new plan now. No more white kids going to college, only minorities, only blacks and very dark Hispanics. Those are the only kids, and maybe a few Chinese.
Well, maybe someday we'll be the minority. I don't know.
What
if
do you
we're not already.
Don't you already live in South Florida?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm not in Miami-Dade, but...
Yeah, take a look around, pal.
I know, and I got to learn to speak Spanish.
Hasta luego.
One more thing on the Dolphins, if you don't mind.
Okay, no, I don't. I do mind. No dolphin talk on this show, okay? We got two people got shot and killed over here in Aventura Mall, and this guy wants to talk about the goddamn dolphins, for Christ's sakes. They're killing dogs and cats in China, and this guy wants to talk about dolphins. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a call from Fort Myers. This may be a breath of fresh air or not. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
Last call points to the change in liberalism, I think, that's taken place over the years.
Change in liberalism?
I think so. I'll tell you what I mean. Liberalism used to be the call for a colorblind society.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a liberal, that was what you were articulating. Judge every person on his own merits, not by the color of his skin.
No, I don't think that's what it meant. Liberal used to be, in for all kinds of spending billions and billions of dollars to build housing projects and to try to drag people out of the ghettos and drag people, up by their bootstraps and all this other stuff. That's what liberal was all about, and it didn't work.
Well, that was part of it too, but I think that liberalism initially had a colorblind society as its ideal, and liberalism has become now the most color-conscious ideology.
Well, are you trying to tell me that Jeb Bush is a liberal?
No, but he's not a proactive affirmative action person.
No, he is not, but he's a right-wing fanatic.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about...
Like I said, it's all window dressing. It is all window dressing as a cover-up for his A-plus plan for the public school system, where he's trying to penalize blacks and other people in the world in the ghetto schools and make sure that those people continue to fail and reward people in the wealthiest schools in the wealthiest neighborhoods who don't need any more rewards.
Right. Long-range goal.
This is a cover-up.
Right. Long-range goal being to undermine the public school
Absolutely.
system.
And parochial schools. That's where it's all at. Private schools and parochial schools. Education for the rich and crap for the poor. That's what it's all about.
Yep. Subsidized education while you're at it.
Right.
Let me ask you another question while we're talking. I rented this movie that was discussed on your show a while back, this Blair Witch Project. Did you ever see it?
No, I sure did not. Thank God.
Absolutely content-free, Neil.
Right.
Not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not a thing. Okay.
But it has a lot of, screaming and carrying on in it, from what I'm told.
Evidently, yeah. It's,
a lot of gnashing of teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the experience of watching a home video camera, and you hear the guy behind the camera talking.
The experience of watching something, trying to figure out why the hell it became such a cult thing, and all these young people get sucked into it, and it made millions and millions of dollars when there's no story there, and why all these so-called critics were raving about it. It's a piece of crap.
It is unbelievable. There's absolutely
Every
no
person I have spoken to, without exception, has said they got a headache, they got vertigo, and they want their money back.
Right, there's nothing there.
Right.
And right when you think that maybe it's going to start, maybe something's going to happen,
right,
that's when it ends.
Exactly. Kind of like this station. Okay, have a great day, pal.
All right, now.
Just like this radio station. When you think you're going to come in and everything's going to work, surprise, like this morning again. I mean, it's just astonishing to me that they're this blatant, this flagrant. Like I said, Greg, you want to say goodbye? Tell the Beasleys, get out the checkbook. I can be gone this weekend, baby. I take about a 5-year vacation. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. That out-of-town line, it's sitting there, baby. 877-785-NEIL. 785-6345. We heard any more about when that's going to become the All-American line?
No.
When it's going to work from coast to coast?
No.
No. Because our program director is running around in the hall. It's a shooting, Greg. Yeah, he's running around the hall. Dancing with Bill Tanner. Yeah, they're listening to disco records. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
I'm sitting over here in North Miami in Dark County, and I've heard about...
In what?
Dark County.
Oh, Dark County, yeah.
I've sat here and heard about 10 gunshots over here in North Miami this morning alone, all over the place.
Well, they're just celebrating the Veterans Day.
I guess. There's no way you can stop guns. They're never going to stop it.
Okay.
Hey, one thing. I'm really pissed off about one thing. Manage has not been on the station but one time in the past couple of months. What's up with that?
You're asking me?
That sucks. It really does.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the air a little bit more.
I agree with that. I agree. Manage could be on 15 hours a day. He'd have me. I'm a captive audience when the Mad Dog is on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I got to go. I got to run over to Aventura Bike.
Okay, see you. Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Plenty of open lines here now, baby.
And while they investigate and take their pictures of the crime scene and interview the witnesses, they'll also have to wait for medical examiners, whether they're on the scene or not. That takes...
Yeah, great. Okay. Let's do a lady in Lauderhill. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is, I'm calling from Lauderhill and talking about the priest you were talking about, the pedophile situation in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's terrible because it's not reported, it's not put out in the press, and there's this past priest in Fort Lauderdale. There was 3 incidents against him that were published, on the news. People came out with it. But then what happens is the church just moves in someplace else, and you don't know about it.
It's like a chess game. They keep moving them around from one place to another.
Yeah.
They sweep it under the carpet. They pay people, like Michael Jackson, they pay people off to keep their mouth shut, and then it goes on.
Yeah, and if
they send them to some other part of the country to molest somebody else's kids.
Yeah, if you're an accused pedophile and you move into a neighborhood, it's put out there's a pedophile in your neighborhood.
Unless you're a priest, right?
Yeah, unless you're a priest. And I'm a Catholic. And I think it's terrible because it's a disgrace to the Catholic Church.
Are you supporting this? I mean, do you subsidize
No, I'm supporting the fact that it should be known that...
No, but I mean, are you financially supporting the Catholic Church? Do you give money?
I haven't lately, no.
Good. Stop putting money in that.
I will not until they do something with this situation. I really do. I think it's a disgrace.
Every time they put the plate around, say, amen, get out of here, get lost.
Well, I have done my own little way of doing it, but I think that it's time that we did something, and starting right here, right now, it shouldn't be going on anymore.
Right here, right now. Let's start it now, sweetheart.
Okay, I'm with you. Keep publishing it, Neil. Keep telling people about it. It's wrong.
In the church.
Amen.
It's wrong.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Yeah, I've been telling you this for years. All you people that agree with me on this. In fact, we got 8 million horror stories, including Columbus High, of course, which we know about that. But nevertheless. And you continue going there every Sunday, which is your prerogative, supporting this corrupt institution. But for crying out loud, for Christ's sake, if you pardon that expression, why you got to support it with a tangible, with dollars and cents? So they can have more money to pay off the goddamn insurance, all the lawsuits, because the insurance companies won't insure them anymore, which they won't, by the way, because they've had so many lawsuits for pedophilia. That's right. The Catholic Church in this country has had so many lawsuits for these pedophile priests that they can't be insured. The insurance companies have dropped them, all of them. And so now they have to keep raising these millions of dollars just to pay off and hush up these families. And you're subsidizing it. Very nice. Very nice. Talk about brainwashed and obedient. And by the way, don't forget to cross yourself before you go to the mall. 3 minutes till noon at QAM.
This is 560 QAM. QAM's got the code.
We've got a shot. We got a chance
Unbelievable.
to be special.
The Jimmy Johnson Show with JJ and the Hammer. Fridays at 5, all season long. Here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Fort Lauderdale.
I met a priest when I was 11. He said he would save my soul, but we made a detour on the way to heaven. And into his bedroom we did take a stroll. Well, he was standing in his underwear, told me to bend over and say a prayer.
All right.
Pulled up his robe and went back, thank you, ma'am. I got molested by the preacher man behind the rectory.
Rectum.
The next day, I felt like a sinner, and I showed up to get communion. But on my tongue, that wasn't a wafer, and it wasn't wine dripping off my chin.
Squirt, squirt.
Well, he was standing in his underwear, told me to bend over and say a prayer. Pulled up his rope and went down, thank you, ma'am. I got molested by the preacher man behind the rectory.
Rectum.
Yeah, he was standing in his underwear.
Oh!
Told me to bend over and say a prayer. Yeah. Pulled up his robe and went down, thank you, ma'am. I got molested by the preacher man behind the rectory.
There's no fact in the church.
That's for damn sure. 12:02 at 560 WQAM. Who's this?
You know, like, I don't know, they're just laying on the floor.
And right now we're going to go from...
Why do they have to show him so close so you see every zit on his face? You know, you people at Channel 7, he looked like a pretty good-looking young guy there. There was one of the witnesses to what was going on in there. And then the closer they got, you start seeing the acne and the zits and the pores in his face. You know, why do you have to do that to try to make everybody look bad? Now, there's Lisa Baldwin you got on there right now from about 600 yards away. She don't look too bad. Not great, not too bad, this blonde bimbo. But I bet you if you got up real close on her, every pore is probably a guy like Kathy Willard syndrome, mottled and pockmarked and, oh, jeez. Anyway. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. You know, everything in this country seems to come back. I think Bill Bradley is definitely right about that. We got racial problems in America. Isn't that news? I guess that's not big news. But everything comes back to that. Education system. That Jesse Jackson running around, you try to mete out a little bit of justice. You got disobedient kids, and if they happen to be of a certain color skin, right away you got demagogues like Jesse Jackson running around sticking their nose in there. And now Rudy Giuliani in New York says he'll fight discrimination by cab drivers. Oh! That's right. A week after actor Danny Glover filed a discrimination complaint saying 5 New York City taxi drivers refused to pick him up. Well, who the hell, will you pick him up? I sure wouldn't pick him up. Mayor Rudy Giuliani promised a crackdown on cabbies who bypass black folks, Schwarzers. The mayor, that's what he said. He said, you don't pick up those Schwarzers and I'm going to kick your ass. The mayor on Wednesday announced that 100 undercover black officers will begin hailing cabs and issuing summonses. How do you like that? We're going to have undercover Schwarzer police hailing cabs and saying Hail Marys, suspending license, even confiscating the taxis of drivers who don't stop. If you don't stop for a dangerous-looking black guy to pick him up in your cab, you got Soros, baby. There's a good way to avoid all of this. That's for the owners of the cabs and the cab drivers. Just to come to the reality that life's going to be different now, Giuliani said. I think everybody who lives in this city knows this has been going on for a very, very long time, and this is an opportunity to change it. The mayor acknowledged the Glover's complaint prompted the crackdown. The Reverend Al Sharpton, there we go, has also said he plans to file a class action lawsuit on behalf of blacks who have been passed by taxi drivers. Biravi Desai, another one of those laundry heads, no doubt. A staff worker for the Taxi Workers Alliance, which represents drivers, called the crackdown pure scapegoating It's just an attempt by a racist mayor to pit black people against brown or black workers of color, he said. Glover's attorney, Randolph Scott McLaughlin, had suggested better training for new taxi drivers, including introducing them to ordinary black New Yorkers, just ordinary Schwarzers, as opposed to dangerous Schwarzers. I think it's the wrong application to a chronic problem, a Band-Aid on a cancer, he said. It's a waste of resources to have black officers on corners hailing cabs. The city requires a one-day cultural diversity seminar for cab drivers and has tried for years to weed out discrimination using undercover inspectors. Officials said about 400 cab drivers are cited each year. 400 cab drivers are cited each year, which of course is only the tip of the iceberg. So there's a lot of cab drivers in New York who don't want to pick up the dark folks. You think that they're all racist? Is that what it is? Must be. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, I am.
What is it with you and a Hispanic? You don't like Hispanics?
What is it?
You don't like Hispanics?
What are you talking about, sir? What language are you speaking?
Well, you scared that they might take over your job or something?
No, I'm not.
Then? We're always checking on
What are you talking about? What
you deserve
Yeah, that's for you, pal. There's a big one for you, okay? Don't like Hispanics. Here's a guy who's got nothing to say, and he hasn't got any idea what I'm talking about. Are we talking about Hispanics now?
No.
Another professional spick is what you are, sir. We're not even talking about Hispanics. Just because one of these guys in this murder or homicide thing, they were at Aventura Mall at the goddamn coffee, Starbucks, was allegedly perhaps Hispanic, or maybe once had a little too much cafe leche or something like that. And this guy don't like Hispanic. I like nice people, sir. I like civilized, decent people. I don't care. See, when I meet people, I don't ask about their family tree. Where did their family come from? Are they Cuban Americans, Puerto Rican Americans? Are they Schwarzes? I don't care. I like nice people, that's all. What the hell do I care? But you sound to me like a professional spick is what you sound like to me. So, to you too, okay, pal? Back at you. And thanks for your brilliant input here on the Neil Rogers Show on WQAM, and God bless you for listening. I'll pray for you, sir. Here's Lantana. Hello.
How you doing, sir?
Okay.
Good. You know, so I was doing well until you brought up Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
He's a real pain in the grass.
Started chucking when you heard that?
Yeah, he kind of reminds
me
of
start having a gag reflex. I didn't know he was Hispanic, though. You know what?
Oh, I don't know what that guy was that was on the line.
Malcontent.
But anyway, you know, he kind of reminds
Too
me
many refried beans. He thinks he's Mexican, this guy. I'm telling you.
The Tijuana brass.
Refried beans, yeah.
But anyway,
Too many Herbie Albert records. That's what did it. Put this guy over the edge.
Too much Taco Bell.
Too much Julio Iglesias Jr.
Maybe he's George Jr.
Could be.
But anyway, you know.
George Michael Jr.
Reverend Jackson, he kind of reminds me of Geraldo.
Yeah.
But you never seen him in the same room at the same time, have you?
Oh, sure. He's on there all the time.
I can't stomach him. I have to go to the bathroom, sir. Excuse me. But anyway, closing.
Yeah.
Linda, you're Rudy Pooty, Tootie.
Okay, thanks. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. See, we don't know Linda, sir. Nobody cares. We're not playing that game anymore on this show about Rudy Tooty douchebags, just plain ordinary douchebags. Nobody cares. It's boring. It's pathetic. That's ancient history. Let's move on now, okay? Let's move onward and upward. Shall we move onward and upward?
No.
Come on, let's do it. God. They just, you know, I realize you have to be drag kicking and screaming into the next generation of whatever we're going to do on this show, but that's ancient history. Here's North Miami Beach. Hello. North Miami Beach.
Oh, Neil?
Yes?
Belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you about this asshole, Charles Heston.
Yes?
Who was on the TV the other day and was talking to the legislature, telling them that guns don't kill people. They're same old rhetoric,
that's right. Bullets kill people. Guns don't kill people.
Yeah, that's what he was
When's the last time you saw
saying.
a surgeon pull a gun out of somebody's body?
And while he was talking, this guy in Hawaii killed 7 people.
Yeah.
And when they checked his home, he had 70 guns
That
at
is
home.
correct. That is absolutely
Absolutely correct, sir.
right.
And I imagine he was busy shining those guns all the time. And while he was shining those guns, he says, "What the hell do I need these guns for? I got to use one of them."
Uh-huh.
And apparently it got to him after a while, having all these guns. Well, what good are they? I might as well kill somebody.
There you go.
And naturally, a lot of these people think.
Of course, if he wouldn't have had any of those guns, he probably wouldn't have shot anybody. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's what I'm trying to say. And
Just like this thing at Aventura Mall, if there wouldn't have been any guns involved there, probably we'd have nobody dead at Aventura Mall, and people could be doing their goddamn holiday shopping right now in peace.
That's right. They're right. And I don't know how you're going to stop it.
No, it's ingrained in America, pal. It's as American as hot dogs and
it's a love fest. That's all you can
right.
say.
Okay, God bless you, sir.
All right.
I'll see you at the passport office. Just have somebody give you a ride. 567-0560, pound 560. It's toll free on the AT&T wireless line. It's 10 past noon at QAM.
Jim Mandich talks sports right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
They're dead. They're dead. The whole dark cast is dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're definitely dead. Liz Montgomery and Agnes Moorehead, Dick York and the other Dick too.
Yes.
And it's straight that's all in the taking a turn out too. They're dead. They're dead. Like doornails, they're all dead. They're dead. All dead. Yes, positively dead. Except for Adam and Tabitha, but we're working on that too. So stay tuned and they will be dead soon.
You know, I hate to say this, but I bet you while these people are getting shot in Starbucks at the Aventura Mall this morning, that there are a lot of people out there bass fishing and playing golf. And I just want to, no, seriously, I want to express, first of all, I want to apologize just in case it seeps through the vents in there. I ate those great things that Peter Leonard brought in this morning from my friend Alan at Delights in Boca, which he's got great stuff in there for you, low-carb people. It was delicious, and chocolate pudding and some vanilla pudding and a little bit of that chocolate cake with no flour in it. And I had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I'm going to tell you something. I am cutting him in here. It's making me nauseous. I'm serious. I'm glad. Obviously, you still have a smile on your face, so it's not seeping through the vents in there. You're very lucky. Because I would have to light up, in spite of the non-smoking policy, I'd have to light up, at least get the incense going that George has got in there, because I'm making myself nauseous. My head is spinning from the aroma, even my own, which usually you enjoy quite a bit. Not these, I'm sorry. I'm just, every now and then, if you see me tilt over to the side, I maybe sneak a little one over here, and if you see that, make sure that you don't come anywhere near this room. Because I'm telling you, it's making me want to swoon. So that stuff is very good, and it won't make you fat. It'll help tide you over, but, oh, boy, it'll do some very strange things to you. Wow. Oh, God, in fact, it's starting to get fog up in here a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? It's getting steamy, like in the shower. And for you people out there, by the way, who aren't taking this very seriously about these two people getting shot and killed at Starbucks right here in a shopping mall because you think there's nothing to say about it, well, at least get a little bit upset. The least you could say is like, yeah, show a little bit of concern. Don't be like that bitch from last week. Oh, I don't have time to care. At least show me that you care. Yeah, that would be good. People that are fed up with this crap, that are sick and tired of the shooting and the killing and the massacre that's become the American effing way, the gun slaughter. That's all. You don't have to say anything intelligent. There's not too much to say about it because, like the guy said before, it's not going to stop. It's ingrained. It's like Chevy and apple pie and Monica. It's right in there, deep. It's deep. You're not going to get it out, but at least be pissed off about it, for Christ's sakes. Show a little something. I got a little something. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good to hear it.
Drowning in a sea of gas.
I'm doing a little channel surfing last night, and Jackie Mason's on the O'Reilly Factor.
Oi!
If anybody looks like a human fish,
yeah,
it's got to be him.
Yeah, but how could you say that? Because he's doing such a wonderful act. He's only been doing the same stick for 150 years. Exactly. Back in 1956, I saw him on Miami Beach. He was still doing the same crap then. Exactly. How come you don't like the Schwarzes?
I keep flipping around, and there's Al Sharpton on another show.
Schwarzers, boy. There is a professional coon right there, is that Al Sharpton. There right there is what causes racism. He is just like the nanny is a walking ad for anti-Semitism, Al Sharpton is a walking ad for racism.
Underneath his name it says, it has like a D in parentheses for Democrat. It says, former Senate candidate. You know,
oh, yeah.
Why not professional instigator
professional rabble-rouser.
Counsel for Tawana Brawley or something like
there
that.
You go, right.
Anyway, he was saying how he would vote for Hillary Clinton over Giuliani for mayor or for the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying Giuliani.
Folks like him have got the right to vote.
I think they vote more than once, probably.
Probably.
At least they did when Dinkins was elected, when he got 99% of the black vote, which isn't racist or anything like that.
Yeah, that was just a coincidence.
Exactly. But he was saying that he wouldn't vote for Giuliani because he hasn't he's failed in foreign policy. Now, since when does a mayor of New York or any city have anything to do with foreign policy anyway?
Hey, if he would come to Miami, then he could know something about it.
That's the only
or
place
just go
in the
to
world.
Texas like George W., and he might even know who the goddamn governor of Texas was.
You know, these people have to
That's
stop
when
whining,
I started
stop
getting
complaining.
suspicious. That's when I started getting suspicious when they asked George W. the name of the governor of Florida, and he said some guy named Bush. Yeah, that's why I started getting a little bit suspicious that maybe he's more of a moron than I thought he was.
Well, Jeb, I mean, maybe he was named by one of the sharp.
Maybe he knew. Maybe he was buddy with Barney. What's his name there? Jebediah. Maybe he was on Barney. What's his name? Buddy Epson. Always gets his man. What the Barney Fife? Barney. What is it? What's the name of that show?
Andy Griffith.
No, not Barney Fife. The Yahoo cop there that's on Channel 7 every afternoon for 5 hours.
Oh, well,
you know what I'm talking about. No, not Matlock.
Barnaby Jones.
Who is it?
Barnaby Jones?
Barnaby Jones always gets his man. There you go. It's Jebediah. Whatever that is. Some redneck name. Jebediah. I'm dying over here. Have a great day, pal. Jebediah. God. 5670560. That's almost as bad as Anthony. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Fort Myers. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is Monkey Boy from Fort Myers.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call and say that
Now, you're going to say something coherent today because we don't go for chronics, Monkey Boy.
No.
Two things we don't like over here is monkey business and chronics.
No, I think that the shooting down there is terrible.
Yeah.
And
well, that's very profound, Monkey Boy.
And I also got something
Monkey
political.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're all aware of.
Monkey ass. Yeah.
No, we got this Sheriff McDougal.
Yeah.
That uses his political power to.
Fascist. Yeah, he's a fascist.
Yeah.
We can relate to it. We got all our people are fascists too, like Ken Jenny in Broward County. We got a lot of good fascists over here.
Yeah.
And Mayor Pinga.
Mayor Pinga.
Yeah. Mayor's still trying to check out those two pingas coming from the sound boxes there at the bottom of the ocean floor. He's real nervous about the two pingas on the bottom of the ocean floor.
Well,
maybe we could have three pingas on the bottom of the ocean floor. Sounds good to us here in Dade County.
3 pingas and 2
Okay,
huevos.
well, listen, Monkey douche, we'll see you, whatever your name is. See, when they start using like monikers like that, that's when you know chronic. Oh boy, not for us. Thank you. We'll see you, Monkey Boy, in a couple of weeks. 5670560, pound 560. The air is starting to clear in here. Oh, hallelujah! I can breathe again now. Uh-oh. I'm serious. I mean, when it gets that bad that you yourself start getting really grossed out, then you know you've had something die inside your body. Something really, scary. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, it's Frank waiting to talk to Neil.
Frank?
Uh-huh.
This is Frank?
Yeah. Well, I'm putting him on.
No, you're putting us on, okay? She's putting him on. 56705. By the way, trace that last call. I think that was the murderer right there. So anyway, what did the guy say about San Cristobal? Something about some guy named Dick? Dick and Riva? Here's a mobile implantation. Hello.
Oh, Neil?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? First time caller, long time listener.
All right.
I don't know what's going on. In fact, you mentioned it the last hour.
What's going on?
My neighborhood, I'm down in Kendall. My neighborhood is surrounded by Adelphia cable trucks.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? I'm right. I'm not the only one. My neighborhood, you know how they have the big rolls of cable that they sit by the pole? Every pole has got a big roll of that cable, and obviously now, since this announcement a couple of days ago, the cable company are frantic, so they're all getting ready to do a big remake job, and they're probably going to upgrade the picture and give us 50,000 channels, and they can still stuff it up their ass.
Exactly, Neil. I had no idea until you mentioned it like an hour ago about this whole thing with DirecTV. I could never afford DirecTV and cable at the same time. And I've been a victim of Adelphia Cable and their crappy service for 10 years, and now I'm going to get an opportunity to finally get rid of it.
We better hope this day. I mean, it breezed right through the house, and now only that jackass from Texas, that Yahoo, is standing in the way.
He's probably in the cable company's back pocket.
They probably got their hand deep inside his pocket feeling the change. But at any rate, if they can get it through the Senate, then just a couple of days after that, Bubba's already said he'll sign it, and then just a matter of moments after that, within 48 hours after he signs it, you'll have all your local channels on your small dish, and you can tell the cable company to stick it as far as they can.
I'm looking forward to that, Neil. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Good luck to us. Yeah, this is a great day, baby. Only this Phil Graham, this drooling Yahoo. Oh, God. Man. You know, you Republicans, I realize that you're entitled to be whatever the hell political affiliation you want, and we got plenty of losers in our party, too, in the Democratic Party, but God almighty, what a bunch of drooling yahoos. That Tom DeLay, the one that, like, goose steps all the time, with his arm up in the air, and that Trent Lott, all grinning, drooling lunatics. Phil Graham. You notice he was running for president, too, for about 2.5 minutes, and everybody said, no thanks. Even Sue and Dan Quayle, they say, oh, no, we don't think so. Oh, okay. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
What's up? In accordance with Veterans Day, I want to wish all the Cubans a happy Veterans Day. Go Cubans.
Oh. Go Cubans. Yeah, please, soon. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a lady mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I talk to Neil?
You're speaking to him, ma'am.
Hey, Neil. I wanted to talk to you about the Cavs for a second. Can you go back to the Cavs?
Yes, I can.
Okay. No, my concern is
the
spots that aren't picking up other spots.
Yeah.
Like, are there any cab drivers that are spots that are not stopping?
Oh, I don't know. They're all Middle Eastern. They're laundry heads. All the cab drivers now got little turbans on their heads.
Because my idea is, why don't we take some of these police officers instead of letting them wall about, on the corners and stuff,
let them start driving
and
the
put them in
cabs.
some cabs and let them shove around the Schwarzes.
That sounds good. At least they'd be armed anyway.
So, can we present this? Can we pose this? Should I get a petition together?
If I'm driving a cab and somebody looks dangerous to me, whether he's black, white, whether he's a Cuban, Puerto Rican, whether he's from goddamn Islamabad, I don't care where the hell he's from, but the fact is that if he looks dangerous, I'm not going to pick him up. I'm going to, oh no, sorry, I got to fear. In fact, you know what I would do? I'd have like a little dummy in the back of the cab. That's a good way to get around it,
That's a good way. It's not just the sponsors. I'll be with my boyfriend, and we try downtown Fort Lauderdale to get a cab. They don't stop for him. They stop for me, and then he has to come across the street and get in the cab just because he's a sponsor.
Wow.
It's not right.
Yeah, well, tell OJ to get out of the hood, okay? Tell him to go back to Kendall. Oh, they don't want him in Kendall? Well, tell him to go back to California. That sounds much better. Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560. They love OJ, man. They'll deny it, but they love him. I'm the only one. I'm out there on the limb. Just a few of us here at QAM that know what a murdering prick he is. But everybody, including
Roy,
oh, they love him, including our management. They all love him. They're very angry at some of us for making a big stink about that whole deal. That's why I'm farting in here today so badly. That's my response. That's my protest. I'm making a big stink in here still about that OJ thing at the golf tournament. Oh, God. 26 past noon at 560. When they bring the food from Tony's, by the way, don't even think about bringing it in here. I'll go out there and grab some. You don't believe me. You don't want to come into this room. Nobody alive will come out of here alive.
Hey, baby, I'm going to use you as a sex toy.
All right. It's 12:31 at 560 WQAM. Thanks to our good friends Tony's at 193rd and North Miami Avenue. Isn't that what they are, or is it Northwest 2nd Avenue? Oh, like I said, Northwest 2nd Avenue. Well, I want to check because they're great to us, our good friends over there at Tony's, Brad and all the Goyim over there. They're great. And even though I'm continuing to, oh, man, God, you can probably hear that one on the air. I'm sorry, but I apologize. Here's a lady in Massachusetts. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Where are you?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Like in a city or just...
I'm in Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Oh, Ludlow. I know it very well.
Hi, you do?
Well, I used to live in Boston.
No kidding.
Yeah, many years, a lifetime ago, early 60s.
Oh, yeah.
I used to live in the Back Bay on Commonwealth Avenue.
Uh-huh.
You know
nice,
that? Are you
very nice area.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now it's very expensive, yeah.
Yes, it is.
All the yuppies are there.
Uh-huh.
Like by Newbury Street.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fine-looking people in that area.
Now, I'm dying to know. I hear you talked to my boyfriend Mick in Lantana about a half hour ago.
I did?
You did.
Now, let me ask you, are you paying for this call?
Huh? Apparently, I've been on hold forever.
No, I don't mean that, but I mean, didn't you have to, this isn't, What did you dial?
877.
And you were able to get through?
Ah, yeah.
Well, maybe this thing is working now. And in other words, we're paying for it. How do you like that?
That's great. I want to know why he told me to call you.
I don't know. What did he tell you to say?
He didn't. He just said call Neil.
Yeah, well, but that's great because you're like a pioneer now. This is the first out-of-state call that we're getting on this line. Maybe this line finally works now.
It worked.
See, it's supposed to be nationwide, and it's only been Florida-wide for like the last week and a half because the phone companies have. But now, since you're calling direct from Massachusetts, if you really are in Ludlow, Mass.
I am. I'm here.
Oh, my God. God bless you, sweetheart. If we had $1 million, I'd send it to you in small bills. But thanks anyway.
Thank you.
And have a great day.
You too. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye. How do you like that? Maybe, just maybe, although I'm not too sure, maybe that line 9 is now working nationwide. What do you think?
No.
You think so? Come on. If you're like out of Florida, if you're out of your mind, give it a shot. Okay, give it a shot. That's what they say at Aventura. 1-877-785-NEIL, N-E-I-L. 877-785-6345. The next call that comes on line 9, Robert in between mouthfuls of pizzas looking at it. He's thinking about answering it. He's putting his finger on it and the phone line too. He's answering it. He's typing a message up on it. Christ. It's only a mobile in Boynton Beach?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, I wanted to touch up on that cab situation, too.
Yes, sir. Are you a cab driver?
Absolutely not. But the thing...
Would you pick up a dangerous-looking Schwarzer if you were a cab driver?
No, I wouldn't. And I think if these people are dressed like in nice slacks and a nice shirt, people are going to stop and pick them up.
Right.
If they're sitting there with a gold tooth and a Kango.
Yeah.
They're not going to get picked up.
Uh-huh.
How many bikers, motorcycle or Hell's Angels has this problem?
That's
Probably
right.
all of them.
Mm-hmm.
How many punk rockers have
well, I
this
don't think so
problem?
many Hell's Angels take a cab, but nevertheless.
Well, you know my point. Or a
Right.
punk rocker. I'm sure they're people are seriously discriminated against them as well.
Well, it's not a question of being discriminated against. It's how many cabbies get mugged, get murdered, get robbed, get...
Plenty.
We read about that every day.
Plenty.
I mean, Fred, let me give you an example. When's the last time you picked up a hitchhiker?
Never.
Okay. How many hitchhikers do you see on the road nowadays?
None.
And you want to know why? Because no person in his right mind, the way society is today, picks up a hitchhiker. You have to be out of your mind to pick. Years ago, like maybe 15, 20 years ago, you'd pick up hitchhikers all the time, especially if they look good. But I mean, what's the problem with that? Now, you'd have to be out of your mind because it's a violent society. You have to be real careful about who's getting into your car.
I just want to tell you, I also hate O.J. Simpson's guts, and I totally agree with that Al Sharpton comment you made. This creates racism. It really does. If you don't have enough racism, they make you have it.
He's a professional anti-white racist, which is just as bad as being a Klansman.
They want you to be racist, apparently.
Evidently. Well, he does.
Because if this is their leader...
It's good for his business.
Right.
Okay, pal.
And one thing about the Cuban guy who says, Cubans, go. I agree with that. Go, baby, go.
Okay.
Neil God, bye.
See ya. Go, Cubans, go. And we'll pack you medianoche, I think is what this guy's trying to say. I mean, this, again, it's that same professional ethnic crap. I'm a Cuban, man. Okay, great. We'll pack you a sandwich. Who cares? Stop being professional ethnics like little George, who's on vacation this week, but he knows how I feel about that. I don't know what happened to him. He never used to. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Wait. Can this be a call from Washington, D.C.?
Yep, from the murder capital of the world, Neil.
Oh, but we're catching up, baby. We got 2 this morning at Starbucks.
Actually, I'm flying down home today to Miami today, so...
Can you believe that you're calling free? You're the second caller on the out-of-town line?
Well, I just heard you through there, and that's why I decided to call right now.
Oh, my God. I'm just blown
I'm inbred
away.
highly aspic, so I must say I had to call right now.
Excellent. Now, are you Cuban?
I'm Cuban.
Here's a Cuban, and this guy doesn't care. Okay, you don't care about whether I'm Cuban or anybody else.
I don't care
Cuban.
if you're Spic, Jewish,
there you go.
You name it, I don't
He doesn't care. As long as you're ready to boogie, he don't care. Just hop in a sack and do it. That's all.
So how's the weather down there? I'm flying in about
Beautiful.
2 hours.
It is perfect, man. You'll love it. It's just like heaven. It's, as they say at Starbucks, it's to die for.
Well, I don't live in Starbucks area, so
Good.
I mean Aventura area.
Well,
so
don't plan on shopping at Aventura today. I mean, with all due respect,
I'll be going to Westland Mall. I think I'll get mugged over there.
Yeah, go over to Westland. In fact, cruise the tea rooms at Westland. You'll have a great time.
Okay, well, I just want to say hi, Neil. I'm about to leave right now.
And write my name on the wall right by the glory holes, okay?
I'll do that right now.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Bye.
There's a call from Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God! All these people listening on the Internet, we got people listening all over the world on this goddamn thing. So now we got a nationwide. Now we need to get it working in Canada. I'm sure it's not working north of the border. Can you imagine the calls I get from Canada, the hockey calls, which would be bad because then we turn into a hockey show. And there are no hockey fans here. You know, it's funny how many, like my friend Dave, the hockey guy that was at the game last night, who knows my good friend Jacob, who was not at the game last night, and if he was, didn't come say hi to me. But at any rate, it's amazing how many people come by at the games and say, oh, yeah, but I'm a hockey fan, so add me to your list. So now we're up to like 16, which is pretty good. My buddy Ron from Philadelphia is a good guy, even though he's deluded and thinks, well, he's been taking a lot of heavy medication lately. He thinks the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. You're a good guy, Ron. You're a great guy, but are the Flyers going to win the Stanley Cup?
No.
Not with that sieve in the net, man. I'll tell you that right now. And by the way, Beezer, thanks again from the Maple Leafs for last spring. Thank you so much. And God bless you. We'll pray for you. Another one of those born-again goody two-shoes. Oh, by the way, did you see this thing in the paper today, the selling of Jeff Gordon? Oh, too bad when Joe Costello was in here briefly on the way to his NASCAR thing, I didn't show this to him. I don't understand why anybody, it shows you, here's this good born-again guy, but he is being packaged, commercialized. I mean, he's another hype job, and supposedly, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being wealthy and being religious too, I guess. But he's always on there for God this and God that, and God bless all the money I'm making from this bullcrap. But he is one of the most boring people, Jeff Gordon. And he's ugly. Ugly. Seriously, I look in the mirror and I say, you know something, I realize I'm ugly, but Jeff Gordon, somebody forgot to tell him. He is ugly. He is grotesque. And I got news for you. Any fags that are obsessed with Jeff Gordon. I know this tremendous optometrist in Tamarack. Yeah, he's a little cockeyed, but nevertheless. 21 before 1 at 560 QAM.
This is 560 QAM.
Hurricane fucking blow.
Don't you love Bill Bradley? Don't we need Bill Bradley?
Yes.
He's more than 6 feet tall. Played pro basketball.
Uh-huh.
Don't you love Bill Bradley?
Yes.
Yeah, we need him badly. He's gonna win the race. People love him 'cause he is an Albert Gore.
Yeah.
Did I mention that he is an Albert Gore? He played for the Knicks. He doesn't bore us sick. Yeah, we love him 'cause he isn't Albert Gore. Not Al Gore. Not Al Gore. Not Al Gore. Yeah, he's not Al Gore. I'll say it one time more. We love Bill a lot. Mostly 'cause he's not boring Albert Gore. Well, don't you love Bill Bradley? Don't you love Bill Bradley?
Yeah, Tom McKinn is on there, Robert says, on MTV, sucking up to the kids. And he said, oh, that marijuana is evil. Oh, and speaking of that, guess who was on with Hank yesterday with a humper, okay, which I realize Hank isn't putting any words in his mouth or anything else that I know of. But guess who was on there yesterday afternoon with his big anti-smoking campaign, which I'll give you one clue.
Oh, Alonzo, you're so big.
And not only is he like anti-smoking cigarettes for all you kids out there, for whatever reason he's getting on his bandwagon, he's also saying, oh, well, you know, a lot of these kids are smoking other things too, which, of course, the unmentionable, he didn't want to say what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's really bad. See, it's only okay if you're in the NBA. Then it's okay to smoke the wicked weed. Am I right?
Yeah, man.
But all you kids out there, who are you kidding, Alonzo, okay? Who are you kidding, my inarticulate friend? Do you hear him? Have you ever heard him speak? Yeah. And that's the best part. See, there you go again, okay? Expecting everybody to be like you whiteys. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Hello, New York.
Yes?
Hello, the youngster.
Okay, can't hear you, sir. Can't hear you. Sounds like he's got the phone inside his throat or inside his...
Rectum.
567-0560, pop 560 on the AT. That was special. Here's a Mobile and Davy. Hello. Mobile and Davy is gone. Here's Portland, Oregon. Hello.
Good morning. Am I caller duty?
Yes.
Do I get anything for free today?
9:45 in Portland, Oregon.
9:45 in Portland, Oregon.
How do you like that?
How are you?
Well, we're going to show you folks up there. You think you got all the shooting. We're doing our little number down here today.
That's right. And speaking of which, just to give you a little bit of correction, there is no E on the end of Oregon. So think the NRA, think Oregon, not Oregon.
Uh-huh. Oregon.
Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon. Have a nice day.
Okay, thanks. Okay, that was pretty good. Was that good?
No.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, though. The other 2 were okay on our world-famous worldwide line now. 877. What is it? I don't know the number. I had to write it down. If I can't remember the number, how the hell are these people going to know it? It's on our website, I'm sure. I'm sure that Eric, our buddy on the NeilRogers.com, who does a great job, has got it on there already now that it's working. 877-785-NEIL, N-E-I-L. Don't use the K when you spell the Neil. You get really confused. 785-6345. And it looks to me, if this is correct, if these calls are legit, like this thing is finally broken through. Nice going there, Greg Reed. Better late than never, baby. Like somebody I know would say, at the end of the day, if he doesn't wear you out first, if he doesn't put you in a sanitarium first, he'll finally get something fixed. Now, let me say this to you right now. All the phones seem to be working just fine now. The overhead speakers seem to be working fine now. So just maybe for our engineering department, if you could, leave it alone, maybe, which I know isn't easy for you guys, if you could, leave it alone and not have anybody come in here and potchkey around, it'll be like this tomorrow, just maybe, and we don't have to go through all that crap again, which we're all, including the audience, I'm sure, getting very, very tired of.
Uh-huh.
By the way, thanks to Shannon, our assistant, whatever she is, intern, producer. Now, what are you smirking about? She's an intern, and she assists George with his work. And anyway, she also works down at the Outback, or up the Outback in Plantation, I guess, for her honest job. And our friends at the Outback up there, whose name is Steve Hoyt, the Outback in Plantation there on Pine Island and Sunrise, sends by a whole big container of that walkabout soup. Oh, God. A huge container. Now, one thing about it, I do love it, but
It'll make you
so I'm going to tell you, I have plans going home at 2. I'm going to make a real fast drive to the house. And I think tomorrow I could weigh about 40 pounds. Yeah, I think by tomorrow at this time I could weigh 25 pounds because between all the good stuff from Delights this morning, which was delicious, but also does that, and then the soup.
It'll make you
Woo! We could have look at this, a mobile in Pittsburgh. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to West Virginia Downs tomorrow.
West Virginia, you mean Wheeling Downs?
Well, it's called West Virginia Downs.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going there tomorrow. I got a 4-horse in the 9th race.
Yeah. Yeah, that jackass. See, you're right. Those calls aren't coming from out of town. We haven't had one real call from out of town yet on that line. They're just playing, they're just diddling with us. It's the Harry Benson guy, that asshole. How's Harry Mangurian coming, by the way? How's Jose Velez, my good friend? 5670560. Let's see if that line is really working or not. Do you think it's really working?
No.
No, they're boning us today. 877-785-NEIL. 877-785-6345. WQAM out of town line.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Where are you?
In Northern Virginia.
No, come on. Are you in Northern Virginia?
Yeah.
How come I hear us on the radio then in the background?
That's what. Here, you can hear it again. Hold on.
Is that on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
You sure that? Now, like what city? Are you like in a city or
Herndon.
just out of, huh?
Herndon, Virginia.
Herndon, oh boy.
Uh-huh.
And you're listening on the, do you listen all the time to the show on the internet or just?
I'm from Miami.
Oh, you're from
Yeah.
Miami. So the answer is obviously yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to listen on the internet now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And is it pretty exciting up there? Because you sound like you're on the verge of a coma in Herndon.
No, you know what it is? I was trying to mute. Wait a minute. Neil?
Yeah.
No. Okay, I know. Okay. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Excellent. Now we can almost hear this guy. Very good.
Neil.
Yeah.
Hey.
I bet you this is a call from Herndon, Virginia.
Herndon, Virginia.
All right.
Hey, tell it if that guy's still listening on his way home from D.C.,
Yeah.
the weather is much nicer in Miami. Much nicer. You know what?
How do you know that if you're in Herndon, Virginia?
I just came up this morning.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm based here, but I'm from Miami.
Right.
And
You're based there doing what?
Flight attendant.
You're a flight attendant?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I want.
Can I ask which airline, or would that be would that be better?
I could tell you because you would know, but I won't say it. It's Monica's airline.
Monica's airline?
Yeah. Yep. Because
Monica's
you
airline?
Huh?
I must blow then, whatever it is. Yeah, right.
You commented one
most
day
of the flight attendants do too, but that's another story for me.
You commented on it one day when Monica came to D.C.
Yeah.
And you saw her getting out of first class, and you mentioned what airline.
United?
Because she snuck out the back. I don't know.
American?
I forgot.
Delta?
One of those.
United?
One of those.
United, I think.
Anyhow.
United doesn't, well, it could be. I don't know. I never fly United anyway, so I guess I won't be seeing you.
I got to tell you, up here in this area,
Yeah.
this is like a suburb of Washington, D.C.
Right. This is your second call from Washington, D.C. area. Oh! Good.
Yeah. And this line did not work like 2 or 3 days ago because I was listening to you before.
Right. It just opened up today in the middle of the show, I guess. They finally put the hip bone connected to the shin bone and
well, let me tell you what
rectum, and all of a sudden, like magic, we had a call from Massachusetts.
Yeah. When I heard that, I thought that was excellent. The thing is...
Well, this was the idea, number one, to run up a big bill, and number two, to make sure we have a steady stream of calls, because the people down here, they don't talk to me too much. You know, it's always been that way. Beg and beg. See, they're going to be really sorry, man, that they're not really using these calls heavy duty, because now I'm going to be talking to all these other geniuses like you all over the country and to these people.
I am a genius.
Well, yeah, I can tell.
Listen, here in Northern
Never met a flight attendant who wasn't. Genius,
in the D.C.
too.
area, you really fill a void, and I have to thank
They haven't got nothing like this show up there, I'll guarantee you that.
Well, you know, in the morning, the best we got is Howard.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm getting used to him. I mean, now I can listen to Rick and Suds. Now that I got a T, it's not exactly a T1 line, but it's a line I don't have to tie up the phone line with.
Mm-hmm, right.
And it doesn't cost much. Excellent deal. These guys goes around and put them in apartment buildings and stuff, hotels. So anyway, all right, so we got Howard in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 talk stations here.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, there's Don and Mike.
Oh, Don and Mike.
Don and Mike. Hey, I'm get used to them.
Oh, my, Don and Mike.
Don and Mike, blow.
They have a Gilbert.
Don and Mike, blow.
Yeah.
They have their own version of Gilbert.
Yeah.
You know.
Don and Mike, blow.
Oh, I will say this, Don Geronimo, the one great thing that he ever did say, the only line that was good was WIOD. Oh, I hate that station. That was him. Okay, well, listen, pal, we got to run because this is running up to a real big bill.
But what I was going to say
was ugly look on his puss.
From 10 to 2, though, there's nothing. There is either
nothing
Rush
like
Limbaugh or G. Gordon Liddy.
Oh, God, the hour of fascism. Okay,
Thank
pal.
God. Wait, one more thing.
In closing, yes, please.
Here. God damn it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there we go. There's a flight attendant. He's floating up there somewhere in Virginia. 5670560. Come on, you local people there in Dayton, Broward. You better get with it. You're going to be ancient history. I'm telling you that right now. We just had a double shooting here at the goddamn Starbucks, Sawgrass, Starbucks at the Aventura Mall this morning, and these people are like, you know, what the hell's wrong with you, man? When are you going to start showing, like I said, show a little bit of outrage? Like me, that's right. Instead of just sitting down near your haunches, sitting back, oh, well, it's too bad, it's another tragedy. What's for dinner, you know? Where's that goddamn pizza from Tony's? Right here on the table, by the way. Geldy's enjoying it. Geldy's in the building. There's a good guy, Geldy. Never stole a freight train. He's a good guy. Like I told you, he's the one that brought that morning show up. He pulled them up by their bootstraps and instilled a little bit of a ball there in the little dog. And even Defoe ain't riding the fence so much anymore. We're starting to get jock itch from riding the fence so much. And now all of a sudden these guys are actually starting to say something on that show, especially the Barry Jackass show. And just the last couple of days finally put Barry right over the edge. In case you missed the earlier part of the day, it was great. It was fantastic. Barry was calling off the air, of course, because he's not allowed to call on the air. He's only allowed to guest down there at 1900 on the dial on their favorite station, which they're hoping will put us out of business, but nobody is listening to, 2400 on the dial, with the Jim Barry rhymes with scary and fairy show. Oh, my God, a lady in Akron, Ohio.
Pardon?
Are you the lady in Akron, Ohio?
Yes.
I can't believe it.
I was told to call you. My son called me from Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
He said, call Neil.
Well, I'll be danged. Isn't this great that you can call and we have to pay for it?
Yes, it's
I love
great.
it. I love it. These cheap bastards here, it's the best thing that ever happened. That's right. So how's the weather up there in Akron?
Well, I was just going to ask you the same thing. It's like 48 here, but it's a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah. Wait till another 2 weeks.
Well, it's supposed to rain.
Wait till you're out there shoveling it. You won't be seeing that.
Well, we've already...
Of course, down here we shovel something else 24 hours a day, you know, because we're full of it.
We've already had our snow. Just a trace of snow.
Yeah. Most of the snow down here goes up a guy's nose.
Yeah, man.
But that's another story. Like when OJ comes down. Well, listen, sweetheart, have a great day. It's great hearing from you.
Okay, and thank you.
Spread the word.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. In fact, just write it on restroom walls all over America, this number, and have people call, you know, drunks, degenerates. We're paying for it. The Beasleys actually have to cough up a few shekels. Oh, thank God. Boy, if anybody deserves it, if anybody deserves having to put out a couple of bucks, these bastards do, baby.
This is 560 QAM.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Oh boy, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
The way I move around when I go through, I call the mambo movements number 2. On the toilet seat I swing and sway, to the mambo beat, the radio plays, knowing how to load, and I'm all through. There's just one thing I got to do, a little bit of taste butter's all I need, so I can make my hiney nice and clean. I don't have to push, I'm in control when I move side to side on the toilet bowl. I never have to spray, it comes out whole. It looks a little like a Tootsie Roll. I sway to the left and sway to the right, from cheek to cheek, and I'll tell you why. Not only are you burning calories, but you never ever get a big red ring. That's why big fat guys who can't use the exercise can have some fun when they with the mambo movement number 2.
Hey, look at me, Alan. I'm doing the mambo. Hey, well, come on, do it. It looks like a wailing heat. Get up and start dancing. Get it. Oh, Carol, get out.
103 at 560 WQAM. We got Hank from Flagler today. We got Hank with Bino at 5. Hurricane Hotline at 6. The Booster 8 to 10. Eddie K with the odds on everything that's ever been invented. 10 o'clock tonight. Somebody faxes me. Unfortunately, it's a very bad copy, so I can't read it. And I don't know what paper it's from. Teenager convicted of killing taxi driver gets prison term. It's got a picture, and because the fax is so dark, I don't want to jump to conclusions, because then some of our darker listeners will say, see, you are a racist. You're assuming it's a dark kid, and you don't know. And I don't know. So maybe if you want to refax this to me, and like a copy that I can read would be good, because it's too dark, and the fax too. But this thing about I think it's a great story. And it's a great question about cab drivers, which most of you, I'm sure, are not cab drivers. But if you're in that position, do you want the government telling you who you have to pick up and who you don't, et cetera, and so on? Because I don't think, your average enterprising cab driver, what seems to me, is out there trying to make a living. And as long as he doesn't feel that you're dangerous, why in the world wouldn't he want to pick you up? But on the other hand, if he feels that you might be dangerous, and with all these killings of cab drivers, maybe he should have the right to make that choice. As opposed to everybody screaming, oh, discrimination, and Al Sharpton is screaming this. And, of course, Rudy Giuliani is pandering to everybody, all the goody two-shoes. Just like that elephant crap on that painting. Here's Tallahassee. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
You know, I tried to get through to you when I actually lived in South Florida. Now I'm up here going to FSU. I say I'm from Tallahassee. They put me right on through.
Oh! There you go.
How about that,
Works
Neil?
like a charm for me, man.
I tell you what, though, I don't think I'm going to be back home for a long time, though. But we got the day off of school from FSU up here. Everybody's just hanging out by the pool, and I was listening to you on the internet, and I thought I'd tell you that your line's working.
All right.
All right there, Neil.
Excellent. You getting plenty of action up there at FSU, sir?
What's the matter?
I see you guys getting plenty of action up there.
It's beautiful up here.
Non-stop.
They say South Florida's something, but let me tell you, you just get like 20,000 girls on campus here. Oh, my God.
Non-stop. Well, listen, go dry it out, pal.
All right,
Have a great day. Okay, he's going to go air it out, and his thing, too. That's right. All those college kids, baby, that's what they go to school for, is to get laid. Laid in the shade, drink as much as they can, watch a couple of football games, and that's it. Maybe sleep 2-3 hours a night. Go to an occasional class now and then to make it look good. I did, every once in a while, not too often. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, that world-famous out-of-town line, that everywhere but Dayton Broward line. It's working. It's smoking, baby. You can smell it. It's either line or it's me, one or the other. 877-785-6345 as we finally had something good happen in this studio. It's a miracle. I believe it. I bet you the Virgin Mary's on one of those slices of pizza from Tony's. I'm not sure which box it's in, okay? Is it box number 1, 2, or 3? Let's do it like that stupid hidden puck thing at the Panther games. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. A call from Philadelphia?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Philadelphia here.
All right.
On the internet.
Oh, my God.
It works.
It's working now, pal.
Absolutely.
Oh, I may have a bowel movement right here in my chair. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, I was down there once, heard the show, and been hooked ever since. Great show, Neil.
Excellent, it is.
I love it.
And especially now that we can talk to living and breathing people outside Florida. I mean, you know.
Hey, I love it. I love it, Neil. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
See ya. There's a call from Philadelphia on the out-of-town line, and Robert was skeptical, saying, I'm not so sure about this. See, now you believe it, right? You believe it now? Hey, that kid at FSU that was getting laid there calling on the Internet, he was, of course, that was already working in Florida line. But we do love our people at FSU and Gainesville and et cetera like that. Not too fond of the U of M crowd, but nevertheless, they don't call anyway. Those hurricanes. Oh. See, what does that tell you? We got this supposedly meaningful university here in town, the U of M Hurricanes, and like maybe twice a year, if I make a big deal out of it, we get a call from there.
Hurricane fucking blow.
Because first of all, it's not a real university anyway. The campus is what, 80 people that live on campus at the U of M?
Only $50.
Yeah, right. And the rest of the people are a bunch of spoiled rich brats. They're like, they're probably back home now. They get one day off. They fly up, by the Concord, up to Savannah, wherever the hell they're from, probably New York. Come on, you're kidding me. Aren't you pulling my finger here? Oh, don't pull it that hard. Santa Clara, California? Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's great to hear you. It's great to have a phone contact with you now,
Is this
buddy.
incredible or what?
Yeah.
This is scary.
I wish our San Jose Sharks were doing as well as you are.
Well, they can't win them all. Just like the Leafs the other night, they had an off night. The Sharks, they're kicking ass. They're doing good. Can't win them all, man.
It's funny to see these Californians come out for hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like back in Chicago or when the original six were around.
Yeah, but at least you guys draw pretty good, unlike the rest of the league, which most of the teams are having a really deadly time this year.
Well, there's money out here.
Yeah.
There's money and there's interest that people want to take their kids and watch the games and stand in front of everybody.
I got to tell you something. I'm really proud of our so-called fans. We had a good turnout last night for Atlanta, which is an expansion team and not a very good one, and it was a very terminal game. But nevertheless, we had about, I'd say, 14,000, which was about what we're averaging, which means about 4,000 or 5,000 empty seats. But nevertheless, considering it was on a weeknight and considering it was the Atlanta Thrashers, I think it was pretty good.
Did your big star play?
No, Beret?
Yeah.
No, you got to be kidding me. His pinky's hurting the man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, plus he's had a bad bowl of grits, and he's got something that rhymes with grits, so he ain't going to be playing for a while now.
Well, take care, Neil. It's good to talk to you.
Great hearing from you, pal.
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya. There's a call from Santa Clara, California, Philadelphia, a call from all Virginia, Washington, D.C., Poughkeepsie, Canandaigua, Vermont, the moon, Uranus. All right. Oh, this is a day. Finally, you see, it goes to show all you kids out there that are off from school today, here's a good lesson for you. Just like Don Cherry says on Hockey Night in Canada. Just keep poking away. Just keep poking it, baby. Just keep sticking it in there. Just keep plugging away. No matter how many obstacles they throw in your way like they do here at this goddamn phony make-believe radio station, like the Wanna Beasley Reed Corporation. And sooner or later, besides payday twice a month on the 10th and the 25th here, thank you, besides that, something good will happen, like the out-of-town line will start working. They'll say, yeah! That's right. I'm going nuts from this. I'm ready to let out a big... Just try. I'm so excited about this. Boy. Couldn't have done it without the Beasley Reed people. Thank you so much. Oh, God, are they good? Are they good?
No.
Well, are they cheap? 9 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. That's why we're going to work feverishly to make sure that line keeps... Oh, we're going to keep it smoking. We're going to keep that line smoking, keep that meter running. Just like the taxi cab issue, keep that meter running. We don't care if you're black, if you're white, just as long as you're far away.
Wake up with the first team, Joe Rose, Jeff DeForest, and Steve Goldstein.
All right.
Weekday mornings at 6, only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is the most disgusting program.
Yes.
I urge everyone to complain to this station. My anus.
Rectum.
My anus. 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 My anus.
Hi, kids. Y'all like cutting little stinkers? That funny little sound that comes right out your sphincter? Want to copy me and do exactly like I do? Get paid for writing little songs about boo-boo? My brain's all gone. I'm trying to get my groove on, but I can't figure out which Spice Girl I'm going to fart on. And Dr. Dre asked, yo, man, you pass gas? Hell no. Why do I smell ass? Man, you low class. Well, since age 12, it seemed like I always smelled. I thought ripping gases and tooting was pretty swell. I got pissed off when I took my jeans off and fought it so hard it turned my underwear backwards like crisscross. And every night I'm like, oh, dinner last. Then point out my ass faster than a fat bitch who ate too fast. Smell this, honey. Yo, dude, wait a minute, that's my girl, cuz. I don't give a fuck. God sent me to stink the world up. My anus. My anus.
Rectum.
My anus. My anus. My anus. My anus. My English teacher wanted me kicked out back in junior high. Said the problem was something crawled up my ass and died. I shot him in the face with my vapor. The worst happened later when I covered his desk with used toilet paper. Walked in the strip club, my intestines were filled up. Moved the bartender, took a dump in a tip cup. Went over to a dancer, had her fucking a garter. She lifted her leg up, and I knew she was a farter. 99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out my mom's got more gas than I do. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper, make a record about strange noises made on the crapper. You know you was dirt when the women rushed to leave. You tried to hold it back, but your butt needed relief. This guy at White Castle said it was pretty cool, but I had to go drop the kids off at the pool. My anus, 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 my anus,
See, that's what to prove that there's no God. Believe me, I already know that sitting in this room just smelling my own emanations here this morning. You see, if there was a God, then, I mean, maybe you would fart because you have to release the gas because otherwise the pressure will make you explode. But it could smell like lilacs. You know, just as easily as like that. Oh, geez. You know, could smell like roses. Could smell like lemons. Huh? But no, it smells like crap is what it smells like. By the way, The Young and the Horny is on CBS right now. Won't it be great when we get the satellite? We'll have all of the small dish. We'll have all these network affiliates on there. We can say goodbye to the cable. And then I won't have to be flipping back and forth because I'm always missing The Young and the Horny and Nick, a.k.a. Josh Morrow. Quit that stupid band, Josh, but you look pretty good. Anyway, here's a fax from Largo. It says, as he loaded the gun belonging to a friend's uncle, Desmond Baker carefully wiped each bullet to be sure none bore his fingerprints. This was a 15-year-old, prosecutors say, who understood his desire to rob a St. Petersburg taxi might lead to bloodshed. He's already thinking I may have to pull the trigger, prosecutor Doug Ellis told the jury on Wednesday. He already knows what's going to happen or what could happen. What happened later, Ellis said, was murder. Murder, effing murder. The jury agreed, and after 2 hours of deliberations, convicted Baker, now 16, of first-degree murder for the January 18th killing of Harry Amos Bachman, 44, an independent taxi driver. The killing occurred during a robbery that netted Baker $25. $25, okay? This punk, this 15-year-old kid, gets in a cab. The guy drives him several blocks. The kid robs him. He says, I can kill you right now. Won't nobody even know it. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. And the cab driver tried to drive himself to the hospital after he got shot. Didn't make it. He bled to death. For $25. There's scumbags out there, boys and girls, who have no respect for human life. For $25 for a 15-year-old punk. And Rudy Giuliani, this fascist son of a bitch in New York, this goody two-shoes, this piece of crap, this Adolf Hitler Jr., he's telling the cab drivers, oh, well, you got to pick up, they'll pick up whoever the hell they want to pick up, okay? If somebody looks dangerous and I'm a cab driver, Bafangula, Mayor Giuliani, butt out. You drive the cab. Yeah, you go drive the cab into goddamn Harlem, into the Bowery, and you pick up whoever the hell demands to be picked up. You piece of snot. That's what he is. You think he's the mayor, but he's not. Rudy Giuliani. He's a fascist. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, the same crooks that run our local government run our school system. I don't know why you're against vouchers.
Meaning what?
The same crooks that
Because I don't want to subsidize private and parochial education, okay? Because I don't want to destroy the public education system, sir. And by the way, go lick Bush. Here's Tampa. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good to talk to you.
Yes, it is.
I've been listening to you since you were in Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
Oh, God. Weren't those the days, huh? Were those
I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
It was actually really comical every day.
It was something, boy. It was, in fact, I remember that Tom Velveeta.
I was a geek.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, a lot of us really miss you. I enjoy listening to you on the web. What I call to tell you is, thanks to you, your ads, I just placed my second order for my dad's birthday present from Nick's. I hear the Nix ads on the internet. Give Nix a buzz.
Right.
Mail the cigars out. Just ordered 2 La Tradición Churchill.
Excellent. You'll love them, man. They're
Oh
great.
yeah, my dad loves them. I've ordered for him before.
In fact, I think they were once smoked by Weinstein Churchill. I think. Yeah. That great Jewish, whatever he was, fat guy.
Yeah, well, Neil, keep up the really great work. We really enjoy everything you do, and thanks for the Nix ads.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Light one up for us.
I'll do it.
What's going on with Tom Valvita?
Yeah, exactly. Boy, those were the days, man. And by the way, that channel that we used to be on, that station over there, WSUN in Tampa, I was told that they are simulcasting a TV station. Yeah. Nice going there, Cox Broadcasting, if they still own that piece of turd. They're simulcasting an all-news TV station. And a guy comes on and says, well, as you look over here in the southeast, the weather today will be, and you're trying to look into your little speaker there in the car radio, like, I don't see nothing. You know, I mean, I'm looking. Oh, my God. Too many bad radio stations in America. Too many radio stations, period, and too many bad ones. Right, Barry Jackass? Like that 1900 on the dial that you're sucking their ass, and he was on the other day? Oh, that's the best part. He was on there with Jim Barry, sucking his dark ass. Yeah. What a joke. Barry Jackass, trying to build up a dead state. You know, it's so perfect, man. It's so appropriate. Just like his big puff pieces with John Henry, you know? Are we building a stadium for John Henry?
No.
Did Don Smiley buy the Marlins?
No.
Is Wayne selling the Panthers this week?
No.
Is anybody listening to 1900 on the dial?
No.
Everything you touch, Barry, turns to instant process. So all those owners that you're sucking up to, they ought to run when they see you. They ought to get their bodyguards and say, get his ass out of here, and the rest of them too. It ain't looking and smelling too good. Barry Jackass. I got news for him. My little miniature pincher could write a better sports column than you do, Barry, with his eyes crossed. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, listen, I'm a long-time caller. I'm a long-time abuser. Mind if I light one up while I'm talking to you?
Go right ahead, sir.
All right, hold on here.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm a veteran myself.
Yeah.
And I really, really got to laugh at that Cuban who called up and doing all that crap, because I thought we killed those SOBs back in the 60s.
When you veterans went over there to fight the wars, it didn't mean nobody was checking.
No, I'm a little younger than that, but
Yeah.
I thought we tried to get rid of all those idiots back in the 60s. You know what I'm
did,
saying?
yeah. I know what you're saying.
What?
I said, have a great day. Yeah, he's puffing on the carpet, that guy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a call from Highland Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know what the equivalent is of this Giuliani telling taxi cab drivers they got to pick up these scumbags?
And what is that, sir?
That's like banks. That's like the government telling banks, hey, you got to pick up people that don't pay back loans.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Giuliani up there. You know something?
He's a Nazi.
He is.
Yeah, in fact, I think he's starting to grow a little mustache. He's not trying to, but it's just growing involuntarily.
And nowhere else.
He keeps goose-stepping. Every time he takes another step, he keeps goose-stepping.
I can't tell. Is he talking out his mouth or is he talking out the other end?
Rectum. Yeah.
I can't stand it.
You can almost smell it.
You know what the thing is, Neil? Giuliani and Al Sharpton, celebrity death match.
Okay.
Already, Neil.
Tonight, just before Tom Green.
Have a good one.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Just before the Tom Green Show, celebrity death match tonight, Al Sharpton and Rudy Giuliani. All right. Tom Green is God, by the way. I'm so glad that got mentioned. I've been watching all these hockey games. Okay, like I said. How's the Humplick doing, by the way? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. And our worldwide line, it's working. Let's have a party in our pants. Come on. 877-785-NEIL. For anywhere in the U.S. of A. And we're paying for it. How do you like that? Beasleys don't like it, do they?
No.
Tough crap. It's the least they can do to pay me back for the 80 years they've taken off my life with this horseball Kresge's equipment they got in here. With this make-believe engineering department they've got. And you know, you think I joke about the pawn shops up and down 441. Why do you think they built this thing here on 441? Oh, yeah, they got some great electronics pawn shops. You know, you get all these used amplifiers, all this crap. Power 96, they get all brand new expensive stuff. We get pawn shop crap in here. Here's Mobile and Davey. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I was watching the Panther game last night. I can't believe nobody called you about
I'm so sorry.
Beret Parihagafen. They were talking to him between periods last night. And they showed
Did
his
he show
finger.
his pinky? Did they show it?
Yeah, they did.
Was it
It
sticking
didn't look all that bad to me. I mean, I can't believe this guy.
Was it sticking out sideways?
No.
How about his finger?
No, his finger wasn't either.
Yeah.
I think Wayne Hypinga, he thought he was getting a relief pitcher instead of a
Wayne
hockey
Hypinga
player.
rhymes with finger, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they should trade Alex Fernandez. At least he can about 5.5 innings.
Hey, I tell you one thing, he'd be a hell of a goalie, man. Cover up the whole net.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks for the good news. Yeah, Pavlov, we're getting a little tired. You know, we'd like to have you come back. Buffalo game on Saturday. You think he's going to be playing then?
No.
You see, I walked in the arena last night, and everybody that I know in there is saying to me, which I'm shocked that they were saying is Pavel playing tonight? I said, there was never any chance that he was going to play tonight. And they looked at me like with a sad look, like, oh. Just like, I mean, he got injured a week and a half ago in Edmonton. They knew after the game that it was sticking out sideways in his finger too. And then they put ads in the paper in Vancouver. Hey, Pavel Bure, the Panthers, and all these people buy the tickets expecting he's going to play. They already knew he wasn't going to play. And it's, like I said, a damn good thing they had no riots there in Vancouver. Because the people were pissed off, baby. They were fired up and pissed off, and rightfully so. And they keep doing the same thing here. Oh, he might play tonight. There was never any chance that he was going to play last night.
No.
Never, never, never any freaking chance. No. End of comment. By the way, Ray Whitney's got not only a pair, he's got 3. Yeah, he's got a trifecta there. Save one for me, Ray. 26 after 1 at 560 WQAM.
Gordon gives South Florida a major blowjob.
It's so hard to be myself because the group that I'm in sounds like everyone else on the chart.
It is so hard.
And we sing just like girls, and we wear really tight things.
Yes.
Are we Backstreet Boys? Or are we made conditions? Or instinct? 'Cause I'm confused. Got no clue. Don't know what band I'm in. Maybe it's Boys to Men.
No.
The sounds all around. Every group sounds the same. Yeah, we're painfully lame. Casey and JoJo and Boys on Two. Joey McIntyre sounds just like us. I'm confused. All I'm asking, can someone please explain? 'Cause I'm confused. I'm confused. I don't know what to think, but I know this song sings. Nobody knows who we are, that's the truth. All we're asking, can you tell us our name? 'Cause we're confused. Man, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
We're confused.
So we just saw, thanks to Robert's perspicacity there, he came across MTV. We had that video with Mariah Carey with her one very, very large breast sticking out, and 98 degrees, and that sparked it. Did it say at the end who that was? Who the,
Joe.
Joe?
That's his name.
Joe Mama? Well, anyway, I don't know what that video is. I've never seen that before, and I just caught the ass end of it because we were on a goddamn cable there to catch that shooting business this morning on Channel 7. See, it'll be great when we have the local channels on there with a satellite, so you don't have to switch back and forth, especially on a bogus TV like this where I got to get up and schlep back and forth. But nevertheless, so maybe somebody will call in and tell us the name of that video and what it's all about. It's obviously a concert they were at together, Mariah Carey and Joe and 98 degrees. Here's a fax from Michael at King's College in London. He says, greetings from London, England. I just want to say you're the best thing that's ever happened to the radio since the Big Bang.
Yes.
We need a guy like you over here in the UK to kick the big BBC's arse. What do you think about this beef crisis that's going on at the moment between England and France, he said. Michael at King's College in London. Do we think about that crisis?
No.
No, we stick to our own meat, okay? Although when I do go to Europe, I might check out some other meat, but nevertheless. Ta-ta, Michael. Say hi to the old queen, okay? A lot of queens over there is what I hear, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
A lot of them. Here's a call from Columbia, Missouri. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, just wanted to call and say we're reaching you in the Show Me State, man.
All right.
Like the show?
By the way, do you realize that in St. Louis, the bass fishing on Sunday had a 6.4 share? St. Louis had the highest viewership for the bass fishing show on Fox?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, you got some hellacious fans down there, don't you?
Yes, we do.
They
We
suck.
got some real assholes down here, man.
Yeah.
You got the Show Me State, we got the asshole state.
Go Danny Boy.
Did you ever take a look at how do you like that? Wouldn't you guys like to have Danny Boy up there?
Hey, we'll take him.
You bet your sweet ass. And down here, oh yeah, well he used to be good, but we like this new guy. He won a couple of games. Yeah, these people are ungrateful bastards, man.
Yeah, no quarterback controversy down there. Why are they talking about
Because Jimmy hates Danny like poison, and Danny hates Jimmy like poison, and Jimmy you don't want to admit it. That's right. Okay,
All
pal,
right.
have a great day.
You too, man.
And go, whatever it is, the Rams. Go ram it. Do I like the Rams?
No.
Dick Vermeil. He's another gangster coach, by the way. Yeah, him and Jimmy, they fight over which gangsters they can sign up on their teams. In fact, they were fighting about which team was going to have the stripes on horizontal and which one's vertical. 5670560, pound 560. In fact, it's very interesting on a picture of our sales department here. Let me say it again. The one that's got the horizontal stripes on there is Screw Ann. Yeah. Yeah, she's got the horizontal. It looks like one of those prison outfits, if you ask me. Yeah. Number one already with 8 pull-ups.
Roy! No.
Screw you be the bitch I bang tonight.
Yes.
I'll smack your head and bruise up your body the way you like.
All right.
Screw you get my mojo long and strong. Give charity money to OJ and don't care if it's wrong. You blonde and you white, you just be my type. The kind of bitch we like. You know how to do it right. You got a date with OJ tonight.
Yes.
No.
Anyway, it's 23 before 2 at 560 WQAM. Here's a great fax. Taxi drivers and the police are in most danger. Of all the jobs, all the occupations, that's right. Very dangerous job. Work homicides in a high-risk occupation, 1990 to 92, according to the National Institute for Occupation, etc. Chart shows the number of homicides and rate per 100,000 workers in the job category. Occupation, taxi cab driver / chauffeur. 140 per 100,000 homicides. The rate is 22.7. The next rate, sheriff bailiff, 10.7%. Police and detective, 6.1. Followed by gas station garage worker, security guard, stock handler, bagger, etc. Stock handler, bagger? What does that mean? I guess like in a supermarket. Supervisor, proprietor, sales counter clerk, bartender, logging. They're shooting the logging guys? Oh, boy. So like I said, easy as falling off a log. Hotel clerk, salesperson of vehicles, salesperson other, like radio salesperson. Butcher and meat cutter, which butcher you'll notice is right under radio salesperson. And firefighter is on the bottom of the list of these listed. So in other words, taxi cab driver is more than twice as dangerous as the next highest occupation. And Rudy Giuliani says, you pick them up, baby, no matter how dangerous they look. As long as they're black, you better pick them up. Everything is a racial issue. Everything we make into a big song and dance in this country as opposed to just using common sense. If I'm scared to put you in my car, I don't care how much you be paying, it don't do me any good if I'm dead. Rudy Giuliani, you're a disgrace. You're scum. We can smell you all the way down here. You smell just like Ken Jenny, as a matter of fact. Same aroma. Wow. I thought it was me. It was them. 21 before 2 at 560 WQAM. By the way, anybody call in with the name of that video? Of course not, because we don't got any punky kids who know the name of the 98 Degrees Mariah Carey with the large breast, the video. With Joe Mama. Seminole Indian Casino of Hollywood has got a brand new name, but the action is not only as good as, but it's better than ever, because now they got nearly 1,000 gaming machines for you to diddle away at, round the clock. 4 daily sessions of high-stakes bingo, 48 round-the-clock poker tables, lightning bingo, weekly poker tournaments all through the day, daily mini-tournaments with various buy-ins and rebuys. In fact, to make a long story short, this is one of the few places in this town where you can go and have a legal good time, and the governor isn't going to come in, and neither is Ken Jenny, and take your ass to jail.
Jim Mandich talks sports. Weekends right here.
All right.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Will you fudge packing?
Yes.
Y2K, we go down, and all computers go outside. Y2K, we go down, everybody's gonna die.
Yes.
People will panic with murder and havoc. I read that in a magazine, in a comic book store. If you believe it's the end of the world and see the market crashing again, I've been millennium a long time. Don't jumping away.
16 till 2 at 560 WQAM, the Hank Goldberg Show from Fabulous Flagler at 2 this afternoon. Hank with old Bino with the college picks at 5. And then Hurricane Hotline at 6, Boog Shambi at 8, Ed Kaplan at 10. That's our agenda. And, of course, Barry Jackass, he's listening to the WAF in 2400 on the dial. Barry Jackass. Seriously, I wish this audience could have been witness. I wish we had a videotape of it. We could buy some TV time and get a 98 share. Watching Joe Rose just chewing ass to that little pudwhacker who had kept calling him off the air over and over and over again. I'm the best. I'm the best. 175 million. That's the price. I'm the best. You're a moron, Barry. We got your number, sweetheart. That's why you hate this radio station. That's why you and your compadres at that make-believe pandering newspaper are just salivating to try to do anything to kill us. In the meantime, we're only billing $35 million a year. We're only doing like 10 and 11 shares on this show, Barry. Unbeknownst to you, since you're still pining for a Christina moron and those press conferences here in the midday. Most dangerous occupation in America is driving a cab. We ought to have 400 lines lit up. Now look at that. We got a couple openings on there. This is like major heavy biggie duty time. Big duty time is what it is. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Wonder how many of you people would like to drive a cab, pick up every degenerate that ever came down the pike, huh? Black, white, pink, green, axe murderer looking type guys like Dave Caprita. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil. How you doing?
Good.
You's a jerk and you's a racist.
Okay.
And why are you talking about black people
what do you
like
call
that?
me? What do you call me for then?
Why are you talking about black people
What are you
like
listening
that?
to the program for?
Huh?
Black people like what?
Yesterday you put us out, man.
Put you out?
Yeah. Yesterday you put us out.
What does that mean?
Me and Dwayne was listening to you. You called us names and you put us out.
I call us?
You was a racist.
Who's us?
Me and my friend. You put us out.
You and your friend?
You a coward and you was a racist.
Sooner, I knew he'd get to it sooner or later. He says, you're a sucker, yeah. But you're still listening today, right, pal?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, put you out. You know something? You are an asshole, man. So whatever I said yesterday, you're it. If the fool fits, wear it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Florida line, worldwide line now, America line, 877-785-NEIL. 877-785-6345. I'm a fucker, okay? But you're not a bigot, okay, pal? You're not a bigot. Thank God. I'm glad to hear that. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Perfect timing. That guy really doesn't justify any type of a response.
No, he doesn't.
And he typifies what's wrong with the whole picture here. You touched on it yesterday. I was unable to get through to you.
Yeah, I put him out.
But unfortunately, whenever anything should arise, you have 5,000 people out at that time to protest, like when the cop shot the guy jumping over the fence.
Right.
But where are these people when the youth need to be brought up?
He shot the guy jumping over the fence who was reaching into his waistband, right.
Right. But the bottom line is, there's 5,000 people to show up to protest that. Where are they when it's time to raise these people and do the right thing by them?
Beats me.
Right. They're absent.
They're absent.
They're out shucking and jiving.
Uh-huh.
And this is what happens. And then you have people that call up like this past asshole.
And I'm trying to have a conversation, even though he's making an attack on me, just to try to get to find out what he's talking about. And right away, you're a fucker, and that's which I had to dump, of course. And
well, it didn't get dumped on this phone, though.
Right, exactly. Well, you know what he said, just another homophobic comment. So it's okay to make homophobic comments, but if I say something that's perceived as a racist comment, which he takes out of context about him and his friends, whatever, then that's bad. That'd be bad.
Well,
you see, if we had educated people in this country, no matter what their color was, we wouldn't have crap like that going on. We wouldn't have people talking swill like this crap.
It's very sad, and it's a sad commentary on what's happening here, and not only South Florida.
No, in this country, not just in South Florida.
Right.
And when the mayor of a major city, the biggest city in the country, is telling the cab drivers that they have to pick up anybody no matter what, where the hell is freedom anymore? Where's just common sense? Where's the ability to preserve your safety?
Look, when I'm in business, I cater to who I want to cater to.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
Nobody tells me who I do business with.
Exactly. And if somebody dangerous comes to your door, I think you're going to lock the door.
You're damn right. I won't even look through the peephole in this town.
There you go.
There's enough peepholes,
Exactly. Ken Jenny's looking through it. Probably Big Eye be looking back at you.
But more importantly, I was having breakfast, and I'm going through the sports section, and I see this fat-faced, just a chubby chucker face on the sports page, this Barry Jackass.
Barry Jackass.
And I wanted to plot all over the sports section.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, he looks like a little pudwack.
He is.
Does he live with his mom? Does he live at home with his mom?
Oh, yeah. He lives with Mommy. I think he sleeps with Mommy.
You know, that guy.
Like Elvis, you know.
He needs a good ass kicking.
He does. But what would be the point, you know?
You're right. Listen, I just wanted to wrap up the week. It's been a ponderous week, but why do people get crazy around your birthday? It takes them about a week or 10 days to adjust to the change of the time. That's what happens.
Okay.
That's the theory.
Whatever you say. Have a great day, pal.
Boy.
Okay.
We had a caller call in about the name of the song.
Yes.
Thank God I Found You.
Thank God I Found You by 98 Degrees, Mariah with a big boob carry, and Joe Mama. All right. Good video. I don't know how it sounds because I wasn't listening to it, but I bet it's great because Jeff and Nick is, forget about Jeff. He's a background singer. He looks pretty good. Nick from 98 Degrees, who, of course, Robert hates that group. Too bad. They're great. They're dynamite. Because Nick can really sing, unlike most of the kids in these stupid groups, but Nick can really sing. He's even with that ugly face. 5670560, pound 560 on the A&T. I think we shot our load on the worldwide line, thank God. And they're saying, oh, thank goodness, over there at the Beasley. They're saying, oh, if those calls keep coming in from out of town on that line, by the end of the month, we'll be bankrupt. We won't be able to finish that construction project.